This is TNA, the new face of professional wrestling. Life is not without peril. We all suffer hardships, turmoil, pain. But adversity introduces a man to himself. A man's own self is his greatest friend. A man's own self is also his most daunting foe. Perhaps our deepest fear is not that we are weak, vulnerable, or inadequate. Perhaps our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond imagination. We are all meant to shine. It's not just in some of us. It's in all of us. These men have sacrificed body and soul, surrendered what they were for what they can become. It's boundless possibility they embrace. Born of imagination, nurtured by dreams, brought to life by a burning inner desire. It's not what one is capable of that matters. It's how much one wants something that counts. For there is no great reward without great sacrifice.
NWA title. Christian Cage versus Abyss. It's full Metal Mayhem. TNA Sacrifice is next. With 5 points in the lead. Mexico with 2 points in second place. Canada and Japan looking to get on the scoreboard. And we are ready for the second and final match of the second round. One-on-one competition. Let's get it kicked off.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the opening contest live at TNA Sacrifice. It is a World X Cup match scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, he is the captain of Team Japan, Jushin the
captain, and yes, he represents Team Japan. It's the legendary star, Jushin Thunder Liger, and Don, you see, he is accompanied by his other 3 Team Japan mates, Minoru, Hiroki Goto, Black Tiger, all coming to the race. Check out the streamers, and you see all of them sporting shirts, outfits with CTU, that's Jushin Liger's group, Control Terrorism Unit, as they're known in New Japan Pro Wrestling.
His opponent, accompanied by Coach Tim Moore, he is the captain of Team Canada, Katie Williams.
Well, right, here he is, the captain of Team Canada. And the guy has got a lot of weight on his shoulders, as does Team Japan, because they're falling right now in the World X Cup. But Katie Williams is no stranger to the World X Cup, a man who made his mark in TNA because of the World X Cup.
And Don, if you think about it, the Canadians well, they're in a desperation mode at this point. You saw the graphic prior to this matchup that brings you up to speed on the scoring. The U.S. in the lead, Team Mexico in second place, Canada as well as Japan looking in on the scoreboard, and one of those two teams is going to do just that in this second round matchup.
I mean, no matter how you figure it, whoever wins this match goes right into second place and puts themselves in a good position when the gauntlet comes up. There is even an opportunity where you can finish second in the gauntlet and win this thing. I mean, it really is a situation for both these guys. But, Mike, I think about right now what's going through the mind of Petey Williams. To be somebody that's been here in the Impact Zone so many times, and he comes out and he sees the response that a great wrestler like Jushin Thunder Liger receives here from the crowd. Obviously, the crowd excited to get to see somebody they don't get to see often in Jushin Thunder Liger, and they're behind him all the way.
And let's talk about the scoring aspect of this second round matchup. Yes, it's 3 points to the winner. Later, here at Sacrifice, we will have the third round match. It's all 16 competitors competing in a gauntlet. The 4 members of Team US, Mexico, Canada, and Japan, 5 points will go to the winner of that gauntlet, 2 points to the runner-up.
Right away, these guys are kind of measuring each other up here, Mike. You can see that Petey Williams, again, I don't think he's intimidated in any way, shape, or form. That was the caliber of competition he's had to face. But he is definitely dealing with the fact that the crowd is 100% behind Jushin Thunder Liger right now. But again, they're just sizing each other up.
You know, that's really a great point, Don. And I'm not sure. I think you'd have to get in the head of the Team Canada captain, Petey Williams, to really know if he is intimidated by being in the ring with a legendary star like Jushin Liger. And if you think about it, I'm sure when Petey Williams was growing up, when he was watching professional wrestling, he watched Jushin Thunder Liger on so many occasions, wrestling all over the world. Petey Williams has had head scissors takeover. I mean, in Japan alone, watch Liger pull down the top rope. Petey out to the floor. Watch Liger now.
Here he goes.
High risk.
He's going up high right here. There he goes, and he nails Petey Williams dead on. Nice shot there by Liger.
Impressive move by Jushin Thunder Liger. Flying off the top rope and crashing down into Petey Williams on the arena floor.
You can see right there, it looked like Liger hurt himself a little bit on that. That's what happens when you do a high-risk move like that. And Petey Williams using it and just ramming him right into the rail.
Talk about intimidation factor, and Petey Williams not looking at all like he's intimidated, while the other members of Team Japan and Liger's CTU group circle around ringside and check that out.
Well, I'll tell you, they're taking a page right out of the book. That's why he got to kind of feel like this is a little bit karma right here, as Team Japan just railing on Petey Williams, which again I find ironic because we've seen Team Canada do that so many times to so many people.
Well, you're right. Minoru, Goto, Black Tiger, all with the interference laid it in on Petey Williams before they toss him back in the ring. Oh, intimidation factor. How about this? Quick pin attempt by Liger, just a 2 count. 20-plus years as a professional wrestler for Jushin Liger. And in that time period, Don, double digits when it comes to the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Championship. That's the top junior heavyweight title in the Orient with New Japan. Going to go for the Romero Special. The inverted surfboard, he's going to lean back, and oh, he's going to Petey up there.
Oh, he's just scratching him. Pulling his body directions. It wasn't meant to go. And you can see the pain on Petey Williams. Oh, when he gets to his knees, and now he pulls right back on his neck. Oh, man, Jushin Thunder Liger just tearing up the muscles of Petey Williams right there.
I see this incredible reaction from the crowd here at the Impact Zone for Sacrifice. And how much they respect what the X Division means to TNA. And when I think about this kind of response and what TNA has meant and the X Division means to TNA, I'm even sickened more by what we've heard from Kevin Nash as of late.
Well, the fact that he would even disrespect guys of this caliber, guys with this kind of heart, guys with this kind of a desire to be great, it just shows me it's sour grapes for somebody that's upset he's not out here in TNA, and that's all that you can look at it from Kevin Nash.
And how about Nash having Alex Shelley as his spokesperson, telling the other X Division wrestlers this past Thursday on Impact, oh, but for the frog splash off the top, and Williams got the knees up. Nash had Shelley tell the rest of the X Division roster that he would be making an appearance tonight at TNA's Sacrifice pay-per-view event.
Well, we saw how Sanjay Dutt reacted and Chris Sabin and Jay Lethal reacted. It's like bring it on. You know, it's especially when they have a World X Cup mindset right now. They're not could be intimidated by somebody like Kevin Nash.
Standing switch, Williams receiving end of the elbow, but then he caught Liger dead on. Spin kick attempt almost turned into a leg lariat as he dropped it.
Oh, look at right there, Petey Williams talking to him, doing a little Jackie Chan action out there, kind of rubbing it in his face.
Right back to the offensive. The Team Canada captain against the captain of Team Japan. A series of shots by Williams. Forearm blows directed to the head, chest of Liger. Fired off into the corner. Williams charges in. Telegraphed that move. Liger able to move out of the way. Went for that open hand palm thrust. Great preparation by Williams to avoid it. And there's the drop kick. Perfectly placed to the back of Liger's head and shoulders.
Petey Williams needed this. He's got the momentum heading up. Look at that DDT right there by Petey Williams.
Gonna cover it.
One, two. Oh, not enough.
Tornado DDT leads to a near fall and a 2 count for Petey Williams. If you're juicing Liger, you always have to be prepared for that 6-foot pile driver, the Canadian Destroyer, the finishing move of Williams. You've got to do everything done in your power to try and avoid getting in a situation where Williams can hit the Canadian Destroyer.
I don't care who you are, whether you've been in this business 20 years and have 20 championships. He gets that Canadian Destroyer in place and hits it. You're going down. You're going to get the 3 count. I've not seen anybody that I can remember get away from it. Oh, Petey Williams, nice move, nice counter. Nice shot to the back of the head.
Side Russian leg sweep. Powers Liger down to the canvas. Petey measures him. Gonna try and reel him in right now. Liger to his feet. There's the boot to the midsection.
Oh, no, he's going down.
Canadian Destroyer on the way.
Liger obviously scouted it. He comes back with a left hand and slap and see Petey Williams back to the mat.
You're right, the palm thrust, one of his famed offensive moves. It was right on target. Now, gonna take Williams up. Oh, running Liger bomb.
1, 2. Oh, did he get it? Oh, man.
I tell you what, I cannot count
Wow.
the number of victories that I have seen through the years with that exact move by Jushin Liger, that running power bomb, the running Liger bomb. Williams able to power out at 2. Back to the offensive. Oh, Liger took him up for a suplex. Williams caught him with a knee in the face, and then the spinning neck breaker.
Oh, great counter right there. He's going to get it. He's got him in it, Rose. Wait a minute. You see the interference right there by one of the members of Team Japan. And Petey Williams upset.
The look from behind the members of Liger's group, the CTU. It was Minoru and Hiroki Goto with the distraction. Liger covered.
2. He's got it.
Ladies and gentlemen, here is your winner, Jushin Liger.
A little bit of their own medicine for Team Canada, would you say?
I'll tell you what, it just shows you how desperate these teams have become. The Team Japan realizing they had no points. They were going to do whatever it took to get on the scoreboard, and they did. And like you said, kind of took a page out of Team Canada's book.
And yes, they are on the scoreboard with that win. And check that out. Draping the flag over the prone body of the Team Canada captain. It was imperative for Team Japan to get the win. They got it behind the captain, Jushin Thunder Liger, over the defeated Petey Williams of Team Canada.
And they bolted right into second place right now. They're only 2 points behind. As you see right there, only 2 points behind Team USA.
Great timing. United States 5 points still in the lead. Japan, you're right, moved right into second. Mexico and Canada round out the list. We are looking live now in the dressing room area of the Impact Zone here at our Sacrifice pay-per-view event, where tonight the man behind that locker room door, you see it with the Scorpion logo. Yes, Sting teaming for the first time with the undefeated Samoan Submission Machine.
And you can see Samoa Joe right there in his own room, in his own space, which is kind of a story in itself, as the two are staying separated, which makes you wonder how they're going to be as a team together.
And we are going to find out how they will exist as a tag team later tonight. Hello once again, everyone, from ringside. Mike today, joined as always by my broadcast colleague, Don West. Don, what a great pay-per-view event we have in store for everyone. Kicked off by the important win for Team Japan in the World X Cup. But what a lineup we have for you tonight. Some of the featured matches include 2 teams that, let's just say, are maybe among the most decorated tag teams in the history of professional wrestling. I'm talking about the James Gang facing Team 3D. Yes, Kip and BG against Brother Ray and Brother Devon.
Right here you see a dream tag team and AJ Styles and Christopher Daniels getting a second shot without Gail Kim or Jackie present against America's Most Wanted.
Can't wait to see this matchup. Jarrett, the hired assassin, Scott Steiner, against teaming for the first time, yes, Sting and Samoa Joe.
And it's full Metal Mayhem, the Monster Abyss, Christian Cage. That belt will be hanging from the ceiling. Only one of them breaks it down. Tables, ladders, chairs, and chains. It's going to be vicious, as it always is when these two meet up.
And yes, that is for the NWA World Heavyweight Championship. On that note, we're going to send it to the back. Jeremy Borash standing by with America's Most Wanted, Gail Kim, and Jackie.
Thanks, guys. Coming up next, the NWA World Tag Team title match. It's America's Most Wanted defending against the phenomenal AJ Styles and the fallen angel Christopher Daniels. Gals are barred from ringside. Hang on, Chris. Got to ask Jackie. First of all, what's going on?
Who cares what's going on? Shut up, Jackie. It's not about you. It's about us. It's about the world titles tonight. AJ Styles, Christopher Daniels. I'm sick and tired of two guys jumping together, getting a title shot, and thinking that you can take down the best. Tonight, we're going to show you firsthand why America's Most Wanted has been the greatest tag team in the entire world for 4 years. You think that you've one-upped us by getting rid of Gail for the night? No way, because tonight we got friends in high places. Tell them, cowboy.
You see, Daniels, what you need to do is look over at your little partner, AJ Styles, and tell him what it's like to be in the ring with the best. Because you have done it, and we have beaten you. Hey, shut up, Jackie. AJ Styles, you couldn't get the job done at lockdown. You could not kill me, because I am still breathing, and I am still drinking. You got about 2 minutes to call home to your little wife and tell her hubby may not be coming home again because, once again, you could not get the job done. And as for you, look at me. If you ever cost us a match again, you might as well dig yourself a grave and throw yourself in it.
All right, guys. All right, guys.
Get out of my way.
All right. Jackie, seriously, you've been crying for like 4 weeks now. What's going on?
The hell's wrong with you, brother?
I'm pregnant.
Whoa! Congratulations!
Shut up, Borash. Congratulations. I've had it with this.
Congratulations? Congratulations? That's it. That's it. Jeff hates you. Scott hates you. We all hate you, Jackie. That's it. You're fired. Leave now.
What qualifies AJ Styles and Christopher Daniels to be a championship caliber tag team? Well, this man is the most prolific X Division champion TNA has ever seen. And I'm the longest reigning X Division champion TNA has ever seen. And against each other, we were in the fiercest battles TNA has ever seen. Imagine what we could do side by side. America's Most Wanted, you don't have to imagine what we can do as a team, because you're going to see it firsthand.
America's Most Wanted, the way that you conducted yourself, has tarnished the world tag team titles. It's time for a change.
Think about how long that America's Most Wanted held those tag belts. Ooh, it's going to take these belts away from them.
Daniels, AJ, ready.
And it's time for the NWA World Tag Team title matchup. There's the challengers, AJ Styles and Christopher Daniels, and the defending champions. Yes, James Storm and the Wildcat, Bruce Harris, America's Most Wanted. And it is the first of 2 championship matchups tonight at the Sacrifice pay-per-view. Let's break it down with the taglines. You know, James Storm has his signature beer bottle, but America's Most Wanted's most impressive six-pack has to be their half-dozen reigns as NWA Tag Team Champions. Styles and Daniels, longtime X-Division rivals, but they've joined forces in an effort to win the NWA World Tag Team Gold. Repeated outside interference forced Larry Zbyszko from the championship committee to bar both Gail and Jackie from ringside, with the pregnant Jackie fired just minutes ago. Boy, Gail Kim is flaunting her power.
The following is a one-fall contest for the NWA World Tag Team Championship. Introducing first the challengers from Gainesville, Georgia, the phenomenal AJ Styles. His tag team partner from the City of Angels, the fallen angel Christopher Daniels.
Mike, I called them a dream tag team, and we saw them one time at New Year's Eve a while back when they first were together. And we get to see them now again, but this time they're serious. They are so serious about becoming tag team champions. If you look at what these two have done for so long in the X Division, you just think that the world is their oyster.
And their opponents, Cowboy James Storm, Wildcat Chris Harris. They are the NWA World Tag Team Champions, America's Most Wanted.
Now, can we keep Chris Harris away from the broadcast table for one night? I mean, not every time we see AMW, Harris always peels over here. Let's see. Yeah, here he comes.
Here he goes.
Just what we thought. What do you want, Harris?
Happy Mother's Day to your mother.
Oh, he intimidates. As well he should. The Wildcat, Chris Harris, there you see the close-up look at one half of the World Tag Team Champions. And how about Gail Kim flaunting her power just seconds ago, just minutes before this? We finally find out why Jackie has been crying for the past several weeks. She's pregnant, and all of a sudden she gets kicked to the curb.
Can you fire somebody because they're pregnant? And does Gail Kim have the power to do so? Obviously.
She said Jeff doesn't like you, meaning Jeff Jarrett. Scott doesn't like you, Scott D'Amore, and went on and on. Obviously, AMW doesn't either.
Not a good thing to say to somebody who's going through the emotional stage of pregnancy.
I mean, think though, in recent weeks, oh, look at this. Here come the challengers. Styles and Daniels on the attack even before the opening bell.
Well, it's great to see this kind of aggressiveness from Styles and Daniels. That's the way they're going to have to be. So many times, America's Most Wanted doesn't let you catch your breath. That's how they keep so many titles. I like the way these guys have done this. They've come right at it. They brought the fight to the tag team champions.
And you know, we've questioned a lot of the moves by Larry Zbyszko. Mr. Probation, by the way, from the championship committee. Look at this kick by Styles. And one thing I have to agree with Larry on was barring the girls, yes. Gail, and, well, Jackie's fired now, but barring them from ringside.
Well, a match like this, the title on the line here in a pay-per-view, you don't need something like Gail Kim, like we did the last time with that Hurricane Run on AJ Styles to cost themselves a championship. And I love that move right there by Larry Zbyszko. Wow! I mean, AJ Styles, Christopher Daniels on fire.
Styles high into the air with the knee drop. Quick follow-up pin attempt by the fallen angel, but look at the form. I'll come back and then tag in the Wildcat Chris Harris.
What an arm drag right there to that one. Christopher Daniels showing his strength. Think about the belts and the championships these four have won around their waist. The X Division titles by Daniels and AJ Styles, the tag titles by all four of these guys. And then, of course, the heavyweight championship title of AJ as well. These guys are true champions in that ring. That's why this is a dream match, Mike.
Harris back to the vertical base, so important as he regains control of the offense. Shot off into the ropes, puts the shoulder right into the chest of the fallen angel. Here comes the Wildcat again, but Christopher Daniels is ready for him and dropped him with that drop kick.
Little nonchalant right there. I know he knows it's probably too early. They're not tired enough to get the pin, so maybe he's just trying to make a statement just to kind of show them that, hey, they're cottage too.
I like the move. Get into the skin of AMW. Play with the movement. Oh, man. AJ airborne power move. Drives that shot right into the head of Storm, but full Nelson slam attempt by Harris's block, and AJ catches him with the drop roll hold.
And AJ Styles, how amazing is that?
He lets the fall back in this move, Don. Harris needs to avoid the chin lock, but AJ, he's got the deathlock on the leg. Oh, man, spinning him to break it up.
Good move right there by Storm. He had to, because, I mean, AJ Styles had it locked in. He was pulling back with all his strength, and then he goes over there and gets the tag right away to Christopher Daniels. A great move. You need to be quick on your tag, crisp on your tag, and keep everybody fresh if you want to win this championship.
Daniels to the judo playbook with the STO takedown on Harris, but only able to get a 2 count. Notice how crisp the tags have been here between Styles and Daniels, always maintaining the fresh man of the ring, and they tag in another one. And here comes Daniels in with the boot.
You know, they've always been great. They've always been great together, but for the first time tonight, they literally all on the same page. You can see that. They got themselves prepared for this, and I have never seen these teams work this well together ever.
What a team. Double team move on Storm. Daniels sends Styles in. What a clothesline in the corner. Follow-up move is a knee to the chest by the Fallen Angel.
Man alive, one right after another. Here goes a
pin. 2 count. Leg strength there of Harris enables him to kick out before. Referee Rudy Charles, the senior official, pulls 3.
Oh, shortcut right there by Wildcat as he poked him in the eye, sent him over there screaming. That's what AMW does. They corner you. They get you there on their side, and then they get the momentum back, and that's why they are the champs.
You're not kidding. Harris just bum rushed him in the corner. Scored from the apron, laying in the blows. You saw that momentary double team, and it turns the match in AMW's favor. The champs are in the driver's seat. What a clothesline there by Storm that leveled Daniels, and not only the impact of the clothesline, with the back of Daniels' head hitting the canvas, made it really doubly effective.
Yeah, you're seeing stars right now, and again, this is one thing that you gotta, out of respect, say about America's Most Wanted. They know how to keep that person on that side of the ring to make sure he can't get a tag. We saw where pinned him. We saw how quick their tags were here. Now you see Christopher Daniels can't get to AJ Styles' side and make a tag.
Boy, AMW. Great double team moves here. Inverted atomic drop, side Russian leg sweep, but not able to put Daniels away. And here comes the high vertical.
Oh, he just lets that blood rush to his head. Look how long he holds him up there.
We count along. What are you at now? You're about 8, 9, 10 seconds before he powers him back first to the mat.
And not only does the blood rush to his head, and you can see the pain in the face of Daniels, it's a psychological move. It's a power move. As he goes for the penitent, it's his way of saying, I can do this to you anytime I want.
Frustration evident here from Harris. Went for the pin attempt on the Fallen Angel, but Christopher Daniels able to power out before 3. Here comes Storm, another AMW patented double team.
And when they get it, I'm not saying you might not like it. For some reason, Wildcat doesn't like us. It gets weird. But you gotta respect how well they work together. I don't agree with some of the ways they stole the victory. Man, they know how to use teamwork to their advantage.
And from outside, you see Daniels being choked. And again, look how doubly effective these moves are. You saw just seconds ago where they crashed down on his back, and at the same time his throat, his neck went right against that steel table, and there it is again.
Pull that neck right back into it again. And it's just one thing after the other. Christopher Daniels has got to find a way to escape this corner. He's going to have to find a way to dodge these guys and get over there and get the tag to AJ, or this thing is going to end.
Daniels digging down deep, trying to mount an offensive here. Cut off as he tried to leap. Wow, that would have been a long leap across the ring to get his partner Styles in. Storm catches him in midair, drives him back first into the corner. They repeatedly fire up on Daniels in the corner with those blows, and then he tags in the Wildcat.
And again, pulling on that neck, twisting that head. I mean, Christopher Daniels has had that neck and head in so many different directions and snapped back and forth, and now just wrenching on it is the Wildcat. He's so strong. He is so strong. And look at him just getting cradled in there and pulling on his fingertips. Man.
Yep, and back up to his feet. Daniels, series of shots with that elbow right into the midsection. Swing and a miss with the clothesline, but oh, man. Back elbow didn't miss. Follow cover. Lateral press by Harris on Daniels for a 2 count.
I love what Wildcat did right there. He shortened the distance. As Christopher Daniels was coming off the ropes, Wildcat met him a lot quicker than Christopher Daniels was expecting it, and that keeps the momentum back on AMW's side.
Right at the same time, he's moving forward with the blow.
Yes.
Had more velocity behind it. AMW double team. Storm quiets the crowd and then drops down from the middle rope right across the lower back of Daniels.
Man, this has now been a long time since Christopher Daniels has been in this ring. It's been a long time. He's got to get a tag to AJ Styles. As you can see, this is not going the way these guys are playing at all. They came out looking so good.
We gave the challengers big-time props right off the opening bell. The quick tags, the cohesive unit that we have seen here from Daniels and Styles, it's been negated by AMW. And yes, they've used some double team moves, but boy, they certainly have been effective against Daniels.
Just one thing after good move right there. This could be the opening he needs. Now he needs to not get cocky here. He needs to get a tag in there, but look at this. Oh, he got
Spin kick. Takes down Harris. Wow, baby. Hip scissors take over for Storm.
Man, alive, AJ Styles. Fired up. 1, 2. Oh, just in time. You know what was so good there that Christopher Daniels able to stay in there long enough that actually Storm and Harris able to get a little tired, and that just gave AJ the opening he needed. He came out fired up.
Daniels is now legal, and he's met on the middle rope by Storm. Styles fighting from behind. Oh, look out. Where's Harris?
Oh, my God.
Towel down.
Daniels pushes him off. Good move.
Great defensive move by Daniels at that time. He doesn't take that big blow from the top, and instead, he's in position to fly.
Here he goes. Oh, beautiful shot.
Cross body.
2. Oh. Was that close?
It was just this close to new NWA World Tag Team Champions.
Wow, I'm going to tell you something. Christopher Daniels waited, set it up. Now he goes right after him. Wildcat Chris Harris outside of the ring. Into the rail, into the crowd. Oh, he's into the crowd. And a shot right there by Storm on Christopher Daniels.
The battle outside. Styles in the ring. AJ measuring springboard.
And look at that. What a shot right there. AJ Styles set it up, timed it, nailed it. And you see them guys laid out on the concrete floor.
You're right. Bodies all over the impact zone as we take another look.
Beautiful forearm shot.
Did you see that? Springboard. Flying forearm. He went completely over the guardrail. My God. We're back live. Daniels laying in the blows on AMW. That's Storm and Daniels on the far side. Now we go to the close-up look of AJ's and the Wildcat knife edge chop to the chest of Harris.
Oh, man, beautiful chop right there by AJ Styles. And you see Christopher Daniels, the momentum has turned again. And that's what they needed. Oh, nice counter by Jake Storm. Nice counter.
You're right, just drop down to the canvas. Daniels, throat, neck, snapping back off that top steel cable. Now, on the opposite side of the ring, Styles is rolled back in by AMW. What are they going to do now? Setting up for a double team, obviously, with Harris motioning to Storm.
Are they going to go right for the death sentence right here? No, they're not. Oh, wait a minute. Daniels comes in and cuts him off.
And then uses Harris to drop him out.
But he just barely misses. And Daniels goes through the pin in.
Combination Pele, DVD, Death Valley driver leads to another near fall for the challenger. Styles flies again. I don't think he caught him. No, he moved out of the way on the floor. He's going to go for the BME here.
Oh, he slammed him perfectly right there.
Oh, best moves all ever.
But he lands on his feet.
Super kick attempt by Storm is blocked. Up, over. Oh, Storm press.
Oh, what a spear.
Harris cover on Daniel. 2, not enough. That second high-risk move by AJ certainly didn't turn out as well as the first did. He crashed and burned on the floor, and now AMW in control. 2-on-1 against Daniel. They're going to turn it over. Harris brings in the Tennessee Cowboy.
And right there, that's just what AMW needed. They get, oh, but look at this. He telegraphed it. Christopher Daniels gets 2 good shots, and he gets the tag.
AJ, back up. Dual clothesline. One lariat with the left, one lariat with the right. Down goes AMW.
Man, these guys just have so much athletic ability. I mean, all 4 of them. I'm not taking away anything from anybody. Nice boot right there by Storm. Perfectly timed.
And look how quickly he goes up. Oh!
Look at the knee!
AJ fighting him off knees as well as a forearm shot. Precarious position here for Storm up on top. He was in control just seconds ago, but now AJ's got a chance to try and bring him in, but he's cut off from behind by the Wildcat.
Wildcat Chris Harris, look at this. He's now got AJ Styles trapped up on his shoulders right there. Look at this! Wow! The double team swinging moves! 1, 2, wow! He gets out of it! What a double team move that was! Man!
That was close. All 4 men in the 6-sided ring. Daniels and the Wildcat at the top of the screen. Now we go close-up look at the Tennessee Cowboy Storm and Styles and meeting of the minds between AMW. Right to the back of the head, perfectly placed by Daniels.
And look at this, AJ just feeds him right in there. Now you see the power of Daniels as he slams him down, Mike, and AJ going back up high risk again. There goes the BME. He nails it.
can we?
I'm telling you, you got to give something to Storm right there. That was just instinct, just gut reaction kicking out of that. Man alive.
Oh, the two men who battled at the top of the cage last month at Lockdown. In the ring right now, that's Storm and Styles. And will you ever forget that move from last month, Don?
Oh no, when they come flying down off the top of the building. And this is a chance actually for Storm to get a little, hey, look at this.
His feet on the ropes, his feet around the ropes, but Daniels sees it and cuts him off. Quick pin attempt. AJ's shoulders are down, but no, Storm's not able to get enough weight positioning properly. He's fighting him off here. AJ's trying to get him up for the clash.
Look at him
Storm won't
fight.
let it happen. Storm will not let him go.
Oh, low blow right there. Unbelievable. And setting up the super kick, and he hits it. He hits it dead on.
Drilled it.
No. 1, 2. Just in time. Wow. Wow.
The champs looked like they were going to retain right there. Daniels saves Styles. Puts on the brakes, does the fallen angel. Ready for the angel's wings.
He hits it. This is it.
Cover him.
New champ. 1, 2. Oh, man alive. Another breakout. Wow. Unbelievable action going on in the ring.
You're right. Total non-stop action from TNA in this World Tag Title matchup.
Oh, nice kick right there.
Daniels caught him with the boot. Charges in. Harris elevates him. Oh!
They both go out.
Daniels brought him over, and so the referee gets hit.
The referee's knocked down, and you can see that Storm's down. AJ, wait a minute. What is that bouncing around? Something just bounced into the ring. Look at that. It's like a billy club.
It's like a police baton.
Yes.
Where did it come from?
I have no idea. Wait a minute. It fell down like from the ceiling.
The fans are on it.
Look at that. Gail Kim. What? Gail Kim threw it from the top.
No. Gail, she's barred from ringside.
Well, she's obviously not ringside up there. Wow. Oh, man.
Moonsault attempt, split leg style, but Daniels now roll up in the ring. AJ, here comes the clash.
He's got him in the style clash. Here it is.
Harris is like that belly club. He's got that police baton, and he just hit AJ in the back of the head.
AJ Styles is knocked down. He revived. 1, 2. Oh, man, I can't believe it.
Ladies and gentlemen, your winners, and still NWA World Tag Team Champions, America's Most Wanted.
Remember what AMW said in the pre-match interview? We've got friends in high places.
Well, obviously, they have that set up. Whoa, you've got to give them a A+ for guile and cunning on something like that. It's just, you hate to see it, the effort that AJ Styles and Christopher Daniels put together as a team.
Oh, you're not kidding. And especially when Larry Zbyszko from the Championship Committee bars the girls from ringside. AMW comes up, a backup plan. Let's take another look at some of this incredible action in this tag title matchup, Don, here at Sacrifice.
I mean, look at some of there's just look at that flying body press right there by Daniels. Almost got a pin. AJ into the crowd over the rail. There's the spear by the Wildcat there.
And there's the double clothesline from Styles off the springboard. Best moonsault ever. Frog splash combination. When we thought the challengers were going to win the titles there, but there you see AMW avoids the 3 count.
And then right here, the Styles clash, it should be over, but that police baton that Gail Kim threw into the ring was used there by the Wildcat. And then, I don't even want to talk about what we're seeing right there.
She drops the baton from the top of the building here at the Impact Zone. And AMW, yes, they used the weapon to gain the win. I thought Styles and Daniels were absolutely terrific, even in defeat. To the back, Jeremy Borash is standing by with Larry Zbyszko from the Championship Committee and Big A1 from Team Canada. Go, guys.
We are in the offices of Championship Committee member Larry Zbyszko. A1 about to step into the ring against Raven. And Larry, it's been a rough couple months for you. First of all, the probation. Second of all, Raven's chasing you all over the place.
Yeah, we know about Raven and the probation, but what a coincidence, JB, that all my problems start when Raven appears back on the scene. You know, I had life pretty good, TNA running smooth, living on the golf course every day. Well, I've about had it up to here with this insignificant, stupid, little annoying stooge. Now, I've had some meetings with Coach D'Amore. He assures me that A1, this magnificent specimen, this well-disciplined athlete, is the man to take Raven out once and for all. Right, kid?
What?
What? Haven't you listened to anything I said? You haven't heard a word I said.
I heard everything you said. And don't worry, I got it covered. Barry.
Not Barry, Larry.
I gotta ask you, though. Probation? Larry, Raven's chasing you around everywhere.
Slick.
Big Bear. What's going on, buddy?
Well, you're the man I was looking for now. I hear a lot of rumors going on here.
Well, listen, Barry, it's all confirmed now. We're going to find out who the face of TNA management is next month at Slammiversary.
Well, what did you hear now? What did you hear? Who's the new face here?
Well, Larry, are you that far out of the loop, buddy? Come on now. You know what, Larry? I've been doing some thinking. Let me ask you a couple questions here. Who actually hired you?
No one hires me. I was appointed.
Well, when you talk to TNA management, who do you talk to?
The legal department.
Well, Larry, it sounds like to me that you don't really talk to anybody. But I tell you what, I do know who it is. And between me and you, I'll do you a favor, and I'll let you in. You ready?
Yeah, we gotta know.
You ever heard of a guy named Rowdy Roddy Piper?
Not Piper. Piper hates me. It's not gonna work.
I'm just kidding with you, buddy. There is somebody for real. Vince Russo.
Oh, come on. I hate him. Now, he's a waste of time.
Yeah, well, I'm just kidding with you.
Stop it. What'd you know?
There is. I didn't want to do this, but I guess I'm going to have to tell you. The Ultimate Warrior.
Oh, you gotta be kidding me.
The Warrior is coming here next month to Slammiversary.
Kidding me.
That's huge.
I am kidding.
Well, stop
I'm sorry,
it with the
Larry.
kidding.
I'm
I don't
sorry.
need this right now.
I'm sorry. But I tell you what, you will find out at next month's Slammiversary. But until then, that's a great comb over.
I'm not doing a comb over. Your fault it is. This is Raven. Now let me know what's going on with this big announcement that management's making tonight.
Big announcement?
Yeah, I heard a little something. What's going on?
I'm not telling you.
Then we'll have to see what the new guy that TNA management is bringing in have to say about it.
New guy?
Effective immediately. Reinstated to the TNA roster is Raven! Raven's back in TNA!
And here he is! Look at this! He's giving himself all! He's locking himself inside the steel cage!
Oh, let me guess. You need some help with Raven.
Yeah,
I'm not interested.
Be the only one persecuted with this witch hunt?
Wait a minute! Raven gets jumped into the ring! Of course he's after Larry Zbyszko!
Maybe there's something you can do for me. A1, get up here. Look at this man, Larry. He's been standing in the background far too long.
Oh man, he went... Raven is coming back after him!
You want Raven taken care of? You want that problem out of your way? You take that degenerate scumbag Raven, you put him in the ring with Mr. Class, and problem solved.
Ladies and gentlemen, TNA Sacrifice continues with the following one-fall contest. Introducing first, proudly representing his home country of Canada, A1!
Well, he's been known as the muscle behind Scott D'Amore's Team Canada. We saw recently on Impact where Larry Zbyszko from the Championship Committee. Where is he going? The living legend. It's Larry Zbyszko, by the way, not Barry A1.
He grabbed a chair over here.
What the heck is what? But Larry Zbyszko enlisted the services of A1 for this match against, yes, his nemesis, Raven.
I mean, Larry's bringing this chair right into the middle of the ring. Can he do this?
Remember the Championship Committee. I guess he can do whatever he wants. But remember, he's on probation.
Ah.
And Slick says we're going to find out who the new face of TNA management is next month at Slammiversary.
And his opponent, from the Bowery, Raven!
How about this for an entrance?
Coming in from the top of the highest point of the fans, up with the Spanish announce team is on that side. Coming down, he's always good for an entrance, isn't he, Mike?
Well, you're right. Our Spanish broadcast team, Conan and Rudy Jack Melendez over in that area as Raven comes over the top and from the balcony all the way down to the arena floor of the Impact Zone. It has been several months since we've seen Raven in ring. This is his return. Larry Zbyszko sitting in the ring in a chair. I can't wait to see this confrontation. Well, here comes Raven over the guardrail.
He's obviously a lot braver with A1 behind him, isn't he?
Well,
the mere time we saw Raven show up before, Larry took off like a bat out of hell.
And
there just staring him in the face and pointing and saying something. I'd love to have a microphone in there to hear what Larry's saying. That look at Raven's eye.
Oh, yeah, Raven is just staring him down. And you notice Larry doesn't look really so confident now, does he, as he backpedals?
Oh, man, A1 used the chair. I mean, Larry Zbyszko brought it in. You can't blame him for using it. Oh, look at the kicks right there. No backhandedness. Why, Larry Zbyszko taking some cheap shots.
That's how you represent the championship committee?
Wow. Obviously, he's coming over here to the table.
Now what?
Well, we can ask him. He's sitting down over here.
Oh, I got to get some answers from Larry Zbyszko about this.
I'll give you an answer. This constant harassment of authority in the championship committee is coming to an end tonight.
Harassment? You know what? If I was on probation, like you are, Barry, by the way?
Barry?
Stop it. Look, don't fake me out today. I know you're going to kiss up to management to keep the job. I know where you stand.
I got to ask you this. If I'm on probation, the last thing I'm going to do is come down with a steel chair and then put the boots from Raven.
Hey, I was sitting there waiting for the man. I'm the authority. I have no idea anyone was going to pick up the stupid chair.
Yeah, okay, we've heard that one before, haven't we?
Either way, it's worked to your advantage because A1 is just pummeling Raven and losing his power and absolutely destroying him.
Well, look at the difference. A1 is a superbly conditioned athlete. Raven's in outer space. He's a man's a nut.
Have to ask you, Larry, I guess you got your calendar circled for next month's Slammiversary pay-per-view event, I would guess, after what we just heard from referee Slick Johnson. I think Slick's been networking. He seems to have all the answers. We're going to find out at Slammiversary who that new public face of TNA management is.
I'm going to find out before it's done. Why don't you tell me what you know, Professor?
I don't know. He was running down the list of wrestlers. You think I'm going to tell you?
You know? Do you know?
I have no clue, I can tell you that. A1 right now just rolls Raven back in. A1 is just, I mean, slammed him on rails, slammed him on ring posts. Just absolutely just using his muscle and his strength.
Survival of the
Oh, look at these shoulder blocks. Wicked shoulder blocks right here, guys.
You're right. Shot in the corner as big A1. Oh, takes it right to Raven and another shoulder block.
You know, I see Raven out there, and I'm so glad to see him in the ring because I know you're sitting right here, Larry Zbyszko, but I still thought you did not give him a fair deal back in the day when you ran him out of here. And I know now that he's back, and it's
fair deal. That man stalked me. He chased me. He's jumped me. He's attacking me. He's Pearl Harboring me. I had no choice. I've got to keep order here.
Man, he took the best that you had to offer week after week, month after month.
Here comes A1. Big forearm shot that time, and it knocked Raven right down to the canvas. Face work.
Because if he would have took the release I offered, he would have been a lot better off.
Well, I'll tell you what, ever since you brought that chair in the ring and A1 used it, he has been absolutely in bad shape from the beginning. He hasn't even mounted one iota of offense at this point.
What is the infatuation with this Raven guy anyway? Look at him. He's a slob. He's a nut. He's insecure. He's tattooed. He doesn't know his own identity for a hole in the wall.
Charisma. He's got charisma.
Charisma. He looks like the other 100 million nitwit insecure idiots tattooed up head to toe.
Hey, Larry, what did you think last month at Lockdown when your suspension, your firing of Raven was completely overturned by this new face of TNA? Sounds to me like they're taking away some of your power.
Sounds to me like something. There's a conspiracy in my group. Someone's overturning my decisions, and that's stupid. Who in this business knows more about this business than the living legend?
All I know is that Slammiversary next month, TNA management is sending somebody in here, and we're going to get some answers.
You saw that A1 right that turnbuckle cover off in the corner and exposed the steel, and you just saw where Raven just crashed back first right into that exposed steel pin.
I tell you what, we've been anticipating Raven getting in the ring now for, over 3 months. And to have him come in here and just be demolished like this, it's hard to watch. Somebody who's always been a fan of Raven's work, and he has just been demolished right now, and A1's just toying with him, just using the ball of his foot, just pushing him into the rope. Wait a minute, the Raven's turned it around.
Pulled his hair.
Well, you gotta do what you gotta do. You run a chair in, and now Raven somehow getting the momentum on his side.
There goes A1, chest first right into the corner, and Raven drops him with a clothesline.
Raven's just one of those that just knows how to reach down and find something, and just crashes him there with the knee into the chest right there. Oh, kicks right here by Raven, just drilling it right in the chin.
Oh, you're right. Series of shots by Raven, and then he drops down. The chin lock takes the neck of A1 down, and then both knees in the back. Zbyszko just got up from the broadcast table.
He just took off on him to find out what's going on over there. Look at him, he's screaming at the referee. He's got the referee right now.
Cheap shot from A1 behind the back of referee Andrew Thomas while he was distracted by, yes, Larry Zbyszko from the championship committee. You're on probation, Larry, and representing TNA management, you know they're going to be watching this. Communication problems in the corner.
Well, you saw right there where it backfired, and bam! He hits the DDT right there. Raven able to turn this thing around. It backfired on Larry Zbyszko.
Raven effect. Cover. 1, 2, 3.
Here's your winner, Raven!
That's the way you make a return. In-ring to TNA. 1, 2, 3. Raven hits the Raven effect DDT.
The ironic thing was, Larry Zbyszko screaming at us right here. The ironic thing was, it was Larry Zbyszko himself that went out there and called it down.
Communication problems between Zbyszko and his man from Team Canada that sucked the Miller system and that DDT.
Man, he just stood him right up on his head right there. That was lucky he didn't break his neck. That was a wicked DDT right there by Raven. And now the living legend is going into the ring. There he is.
Raven! I can't stand it anymore. You get your body in here. We're going to settle this man to man right here, right now.
Well, he knows Raven just took a beating in there by A1.
Yeah, I think the living legend, I mean, Don, for how many weeks have we seen him run from Raven? And now he's challenging him and says, bring it on.
Oh, look at this. He doesn't wait a second, though. And Larry Zbyszko driving the knee right in there. Man, he's just gone crazy. Raven just gets under his skin so bad.
Oh, and then security comes in to hold back Zbyszko.
Raven taking a few shots, and I don't blame him. I'm Raven out like the hell about 4 or 5 shots right there. I mean, Larry Zbyszko is just not rational.
He tossed the security aside, and now Zbyszko targeted in Raven.
And look at the two of them. I mean, this is just going crazy right here. I mean, this is going nuts.
And again, security doing their best to try to keep these two men apart from each other.
Oh, man, Raven has got to be beaten down. He took such a beating by A1 earlier. Able to get the win, but he's being driven down by emotion. He wants Larry Zbyszko so bad he can't stand it.
Well, Steve, you talked about it earlier, how Raven kept getting under his skin, and Zbyszko finally snapped.
Oh, he did, and look at that, Zbyszko. I think he knows the change is coming. He knows the new face is coming in anniversary, and he's losing it by...
I don't know if I'd be acting this way, though. We're going to send it back to our colleague, JB. Yes, with King of the Mountain, Jeff Jarrett, and Big Papa Punk Scott Steiner.
A highly anticipated tag team match happens later on tonight. And a lot of speculation as to what's going to go down here tonight. And Jeff, since Sting arrived here in Total Nonstop Action Wrestling, it's been a back-and-forth game of can you top this? One-upsmanship. Well, as we found out this Thursday night on Impact, Samoa Joe, the partner of Sting tonight, looks to me like you got one up this time.
So you're going to jump on the bandwagon too. You think that Jeff Jarrett has been one up. For weeks, 3 weeks, old Stinger played Howie Mandel the best he very could. And he thinks he one-upped me. Well, you know what? Upon further review, I think the shoe's on the other foot. And I'm going to tell you why. You know, Sting could have led me down any road he wanted to and made me pick any partner he wanted to. And it could have been somebody from the outside. It could have been Luger. It could have been Bagwell. It could have been Rick Steiner. But it wasn't. And you know why, Stinger? Because you know those guys would have found out exactly what you found out. That the TNA game is far too superior, far too advanced. And it has basically passed you boys by. And now what'd you do? You got desperate. And I'll tell you how you got desperate. Because you went on the inside and you picked the Samoan submission machine. The undefeated Samoa Joe. Well, Stinger, you are a desperate man. Because desperate men make desperate choices. You have picked someone that you don't even know. That you certainly can't trust. And Sting, mark my words tonight. Mark my words. You and Samoa Joe will never be able to coexist.
Sting, you know, when people make mistakes around me, they get hurt. See, Sting, you made the mistake of picking Samoa Joe as your partner. Samoa Joe, you made the mistake thinking you can wrestle outside the X Division. Samoa Joe, you're not gonna kill nobody. For the simple fact is, you're not man enough to go one-on-one with the man with the largest arm in the world. Samoa Joe, tonight, I've got a prediction. Tonight, your winning streak comes to an end.
Scotty, put it here.
You're going down, boys.
I got a little business proposal I'd like to talk to you about.
Wait a minute! That's Bobby Roode from Team Canada! What in the world is he doing in the ring?
What the hell is this? The Canadian enforcer, Bobby Roode, just laid out Rhino with that northern lariat.
Team Canada, I will go through each and every one of you until I get my hands on that fat little bastard, Coach D'Amore.
Business proposal.
I will cut you in half with a door!
Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, accompanied to the ring by Coach D'Amore, and proudly representing his home country of Canada, he is the Canadian enforcer, Bobby Roode.
One-on-one matchup here at Sacrifice, waving the maple leaf proudly. The big low. The coach of Team Canada, Scott D'Amore, he's so proud of his representative. You heard it, it's the Canadian enforcer, Bobby Roode, but the opposition for Bobby Roode tonight at Sacrifice, TW,
Hey,
Rhino, NWA World Heavyweight Champion.
A guy that is so similar to Bobby Roode in a lot of ways. They are very, very powerful. They're built a lot alike. This is going to be very interesting, Mike, to see these two, the Canadian enforcer and, of course, the War Machine together.
And his opponent from Detroit, Michigan, the War Machine, Rhino!
I just love this entrance as Rhino, the War Machine, charges to the ring. And immediately, D'Amore and Roode roll out to the floor. Yes, NWA World Heavyweight Championship in his resume. D'Amore trying to fire up Roode. Just prior to this one-on-one contest. War Machine, Canadian enforcer. Let's turn him loose.
I like, though, what Bobby Roode did right there was a smart move, whether it was his idea or Scott D'Amore, getting out of the ring, let Rhino come in there and pump a little bit, because if he would have stood and taken head on, Rhino gets so charged up, he could have ended this in a hurry. Bobby Roode wants to win this on his own terms.
Of course, Rhino so recognizable for that score finishing hold. At the same time, keep in mind, Bobby Roode has that vicious northern lariat, that clothesline from behind, that has garnered so many victories for Roode and Team Canada.
Well, and the most vicious part about it is, like you just said, he hits it from behind. You don't see it coming. You have no chance of being prepared for it. Thus, it makes it that much more valuable and that much more devastating.
What did you think of those comments that we just heard from Big Papa Pump Scott Steiner and Jeff Jarrett? That interview backstage with JB and Jeremy Borash sounds as if they're questioning whether Samoa Joe and Sting will be able to coexist. Jarrett kept bringing up that trust factor.
Well, you know, it brings up some of the obvious questions. Why? Why would Samoa Joe work with Sting? And you've got to wonder if maybe Jarrett and maybe Scott Steiner are onto something right there. Maybe they're looking for it. I've thought about it. I've wondered why.
Well, you talk about it being obvious, but I can tell you, ever since it was announced this past Thursday on Impact, that yes, Sting would join forces with Samoa Joe. I'm talking about everywhere I go, from Las Vegas to Orlando, Florida. People have been asking me that same question. Why? I don't know why. I haven't been in Samoa Joe's mind, but we're going to find out tonight if they are able to coexist.
Well, look at right here is Rhino taking over and just showing his power. Comes right off the rope, nails him with the left shoulder right there.
shoulder block, puts him right down to the floor. D'Amore circles around ringside, gonna try and regroup here and get the troops, Bobby Roode, back on. Uh-oh, look out, watch Rhino. Rhino in the ring. Rhino is gonna charge after him. Spot move here by Rhino. Don't go out to the floor where you're outnumbered. That's exactly what D'Amore would like.
Oh, he's still D'Amore over there. Rhino being very, I mean, this is his chance right here, too, to get back into the picture. You beat somebody with the power of a Bobby Roode, and everybody's got to stop and take it. This is the guy that was the world champion at one time. And look at that. Took a slam, and he just covered with some unbelievable rights right there.
It was real interesting to look at the physical matchup of the two when they were nose-to-nose. Great elevation with that high back body drop. Follow-up clothesline by Rhino. Drops Roode, and man, face first right into the turnbuckle, and check out those right hands.
Oh, just taking him now. Look at using that hand and just applying the pressure to the chin. And that's the strength of the War Machine. He is just taking it to Bobby Roode and showing his power right there. And now coming out after it.
Right onto the offensive and keeping up this full court press is the War Machine. Shot to the side of the head, rocks Roode. Cut him off. Perfectly placed knee to the gut.
Bobby Roode is an outstanding kid. Incredible condition. He just is a workout holic. Able to use that stamina. He saw an opening and he took it. But I mean, look at this. These guys, it's just become a battle, a fight. Look out! Right there.
D'Amore screaming at us at the same time, trying to get Bobby Roode back in this matchup. Rhino not going to let that happen. Picks him up by the hair and tosses him back in the ring.
I'll tell you something, Rhino absolutely focused, absolutely prepared from the moment he came out here. Everything going his way, even when Bobby Roode tries to counter, he's got something for him just like that right there.
Now Rhino from the middle rope. D'Amore prodding him with that stick, the hockey stick with the Canadian flag, and just that momentary distraction, and able Roode to knock him down before. That was not a good landing for Rhino.
Oh, look at the cheap shots right there by the big one. Bobby Roode has got the referee. Look at that, he's got the referee looking in the wrong direction and D'Amore using his. Oh, it just makes me sick out there.
The interference by D'Amore, first with the hockey stick, then following up those blows, tosses Rhino back in, trying to enable Roode to get the 3 count, but no, not able to put away the War Machine. Still maintaining control of this matchup, the Canadian in front.
Come on, War Machine!
Rhino.
Come on, Rhino! Come on, War Machine!
That's all
they badmouth him.
No, you can hear him just kind of mocking him, and another cheap shot right there by Scott D'Amore. Hopefully he broke his hand on that anyway. That would be a good thing. But it's just what Bobby Roode needed. Scott D'Amore interfering, causing Rhino to lose his momentum.
Spinning, drop that breaker.
1, 2, no.
You follow the offensive plan here of Team Canada, of D'Amore and Roode. You notice how they've been working on the neck of Rhino?
Oh, absolutely.
They know that Rhino has been through neck surgery in the past. Big, vicious elbow shot to the back. They sense that they have a weakness, and they continue to abuse Rhino and continue to work on his head and neck area, face first into that top turnbuckle.
Well, but that's how you've got to stop and train like Rhino. You've got to find some focal point. You've got to concentrate on it. If it's the neck, then that's what you've got to do, because let's face it, he was out here destroying Bobby Roode. But now Bobby Roode able to get things turned back in his favor.
If you think about it, it's great strategy. Watch the snap! And again, working on the head and neck of Rhino. Not only has Rhino had the neck surgery, pin to no. Not only has he had that neck surgery done, but think of Bobby Roode's finishing move, that lariat, where he catches you from behind right in the neck area with that clothesline.
He's got this game plan from the beginning. He just needed his opening. Once he found it, look at him pulling back on it again. I see what you're talking about, Professor. Gouging him a little bit, but pulling back on that neck, pulling back on that head, and Rhino's in pain.
It's a great move here for Roode. It not only neutralizes Rhino, at the same time, he applies that pressure to the neck area. As soon as Rhino looks like he's going to mount a comeback, drops him with the elbow to the back of the head, and there's a backdrop suplex again on his back and neck.
Well, that just shows you the strength of Bobby Roode right there. Not many people can pick up Rhino like that and slam him to the mat. Bobby Roode's one of the few that can do it. And here he is going up top right here. Oh, screaming who's the greatest. And there he goes on the second rope and nails him with the knee.
Up into the lights, dropping down, vicious knee drop. The bomb's away. 2,
does Rhino have left in the tank after all these wicked shots to the neck and pulling on it again and then hitting him in the head at the same time.
Repeated blows to the top of the head by Bobby Roode. Rhino from his knees. Gonna try and fight back again. Couple of shots to the gut, but Roode cuts him off. Clubbing blow to the back of the head.
Well, once after Scott D'Amore took the cheap shots and got Bobby Roode the momentum, he has taken total advantage of it, being relentless right here on Rhino, not letting up for a minute and always concentrating on that neck.
Oh, you're right. We've seen the game plan, the strategy of Team Canada's D'Amore and Roode. And they're really, oh man, and he just pulled him down by the head, and of course the back of his head and neck crashes down to the mat again. They've done everything right in this match, including the interference that turned the tide. Another pin attempt by Roode and another near fall.
Rhino able to get the shoulder up right there, just in time, able to get that shoulder up and stop the pin attempt.
Crowd here at the Impact Zone and Sacrifice, cheering for Rhino.
Look at him just toying there with him like a kid. He comes flying up out of that. He got a little too nonchalant, but look at that power that Bobby Roode throwing him into the turnbuckle right there. Wow.
Boy, just lit the fire under him. And we've seen him explode, but then the great comeback move by Roode. And where did he go again? Head first, kind of in the corner. Check it out. Bobby Roode right back to working on the head and neck of the War Machine.
And man, I thought that he just pushed the right button right there because Rhino came out of that thing.
So too.
But Bobby Roode kept his emotions in check, and maybe that's what he was trying to do. Goad him into making a move too quick, maybe goad him into exposing himself like he did. And then you saw him just slam him into that turnbuckle. And Rhino's hurting out there. Rhino's losing it.
Shut up!
He's running out of gas.
Almost as if just as soon as we expected Rhino to turn it around just like that, Roode cut him off and takes it right back.
You're absolutely right, Professor. I mean, you can just see it in the eyes of Rhino right now. He realizes how far he is from the ropes, too. And look at this. We can see right there, they're checking it out. He might not even be able to continue to go on.
Yeah, ring positioning so important. That's two from referee Charles. And you can see that Rhino is nowhere close to getting a ring roll break. And whoa, arm drops down, almost to a 3 count, almost the end of this match. But Rhino able to fight through that pain.
Look at this, he's just trying to dig down and find something. But Bobby Roode's got a great hold on him right there. But Rhino's trying to get to his feet, he does.
How's this comeback gonna work? Series of rights, Rhino in control, but Roode cuts him up again. All that weight behind Rhino, and there's an elbow right into the chest and a running clothesline.
Oh, you saw Scott D'Amore take off that way. And look at this, Rhino now has it going his direction. He slammed, oh, nice shoulder block right in there and knocked the air right out of him.
Yeah, D'Amore, of course, trying to distract again. Rhino instead stays focused on the task at hand. Shoulder block in the corner for Roode. Gonna try and shoot him off. Oh, Roode stops, puts on the brakes. Spine buster by Rhino. Here's the pin.
One,
here's
two. No! Not enough right there, but that was what Rhino needed.
It's a gutsy, it's a courageous performance here from Rhino after being beaten in the head and neck for the better part of about, what would you say, 8 or 10 minutes here by Bobby Roode.
Oh, absolutely, and he took every bit of that beating. And oh, again though, Bobby Roode able to snap that neck off of the ropes right there. Every time Rhino gets something going, oh, Rhino cuts him off at the pass.
Roode went high risk, trying to mount that corner turnbuckle, but not very successful. Let's see if Rhino can turn this in his favor. Suplex attempt.
Oh, he hits it! What a shot! Right off of the top rope there, you can see Bobby Roode just kind of flinch up like that. The muscles react
Breaks the arm. Here's the cover.
It's not enough. Not enough.
Well, Rhino at that point, Don, after everything that he's gone through in this matchup, able to dig down deep, hit the suplex, but Roode comes right back, powers him down. Now it's the import cover.
Two. Oh, he gets his shoulder up just in time. Bobby Roode can't believe it. Bobby Roode has been impressive, and that's why I hate that you've got Scott D'Amore out there with that interference, because Bobby Roode has been impressive.
Whoa.
No.
I mean, the referee's watching this. Senior official Rudy Charles says no. You see the hockey stick, Canadian flag wrapped around it, attempted to be put in play by D'Amore. Charles tosses it out.
Well, that gave Rhino an opening right there, gave him a chance to catch his breath. Wow, Bobby Roode gets the boots up just in time.
You're right, in the corner. Roode able to get the legs up. Both boots catch Rhino. He's motioning, but he's going to go
right there again. Rhino, the interference by Scott before able to let Bobby catch that moving like lariat, and it just hit it from behind, and the beating here becomes on the neck.
There he is!
Just too much for him right there.
Yes, interference by DeMore leads to the win, but they had a strategy. They had a game plan. They executed it perfectly, totally working on the head and neck of Rhino, and they put him away with the Northern Lariat. To the back, JB with Team 3D.
Two of the greatest tag teams of all time about to lock horns next here at Sacrifice. It's the James Gang taking on Brother Devon and Brother Ray of Team 3D.
Borash, they say that you never forget where you were when certain events in history go down. I'll never forget where we were when we found out about 9/11. I'll never forget where we were when we found out that President Bush got elected for the second time. I'll never forget where we were the day we found out OJ was not guilty.
Hey, whoa, what do you mean? He was not guilty.
Kidding me? He's just guilty. He whacked that white girl and you know it.
Hey.
Listen, we also remember where we were on February 27th of 2000. We were in Hartford, Connecticut, standing in the middle of a wrestling ring and holding our first WWE World Tag Team title in the air. On that night, the team formerly known as the Dudley Boys beat the team formerly known as the New Age Outlaws. Fast forward to tonight, May 14th, 2006, in Orlando, Florida. History has a weird way of repeating itself. And tonight, Team 3D beats the James Gang for the second time.
Boys, you are looking at the greatest tag team in this business today. Oh, my brother, testify!
We're Team 3D. We have been fighting warriors since the day we got here in TNA. We're the most successful team in the history of the wrestling business.
I beg to differ, because you ain't never, ever beat us. You didn't know?
Except for that one time when we beat you for our first WWE World Tag Team title.
You had a lot of help from a 5-foot lead pipe.
Whether we hit you with the pipe or whether he was smoking the pipe, it really doesn't make a difference.
I promised myself that I was going to take the high road.
You would take the high road.
Oh, no, you didn't. Oh, hell no. Maybe you remember a certain tag team that sold out Madison Square Garden 47 times. Well, another tag team was just scratching and clawing to bring 350 people into a bingo hall. I don't even play bingo. So if you got what you think it takes, then you scribble us in and let's do the damn thing and sacrifice.
Team 3D and the James Gang, let's settle some old business at Sacrifice.
We got our match.
It's time for the showdown of these two so decorated tag teams. It's time for the James Gang to face Team 3D.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following tag team contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing team number 1, Skip James, BG James. They are the James Gang.
How about that history lesson that we were just given by Brother Ray and Brother Devon of Team 3D? Don, I mean, they have the dates, the years. You had a chance to talk to Team 3D earlier today, and I know I did too. This is a team that remembers that one previous meeting. We'll talk about that after we hear from BG.
You know, Team 3D, I couldn't help but overhear your little interview And I don't have as good a memory as you do, Brother Bubba. But then again, I ain't a mark, and I don't know my win-loss record. But I do know one thing, that it took you boys a 4-foot lead pipe to beat us. Well, boys, that won't ever happen again. I promise you that. Now then, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, total non-stop action proudly brings to you its soon-to-be NWA Tag Team Champions of the World. He's that K to the I to the Pizzle. I'm that B to the G to the Chisel. You gotta catch us if you want us to hang, because together we are the James Gang.
And their opponents from New York City, Brother Ray and Brother Devon, Team 3D!
Great response from Brother Ray and Brother Devon as Team 3D enters the Impact Zone and sacrifice. BG James can talk all he wants on about not specifically remembering an incident. He sure seemed to have the details down about that pipe, didn't he?
Oh, you don't buy it for 1 minute he doesn't remember, because you want to know what's interesting? It was the only time that these four people have ever met in the ring in a match. There have been different combinations, but never has Devon and Ray and Kip and BG faced each other in the ring. Except for that one time.
What did 3D tell us earlier today? That was the first of their 10 title reigns as WWE Tag Team Champions, and of course, we know that Team 3D has one thing on their minds other than the James Gang, and that's becoming NWA World Tag Team Champions. That's something, a goal that's eluded them to this point.
Well, I like how this match came about, because it was a situation where Brother Ray and Brother Devon were ticked off that AJ Styles and Christopher Daniels got a title shot. So they started letting the world know that they deserved that spot, which brought out the James Gang. And then it became a war of words between these two great tag teams in wrestling history. So when you think about it, it's hard to believe with as many titles as these two teams have held that this is only the second time they've ever met.
We saw that go down on Impact as Devon takes Kip James high, hip toss down to the mat. Deep arm drag is the follow move. Quick reversal here by Kip James. He missed the clothesline. Devon goes airborne and dropped him with the lariat. Pin, Devon down. No, 2 count only on Kip James.
Mike, who has the experience edge? Wow. Be tough to figure out.
That's what we've been talking about. 2 of the most decorated tag teams ever in professional wrestling. You look at the history books, both Kip James, big elbow drop, and he goes for the cover on Devon. Another near fall here in the opening minutes of this matchup.
This is just power upon power upon power. I mean, Kip James, kind of just jumps right over the top and then hits it with a drop kick, showing his agility.
Yeah, agility first, power second. Agility with that leapfrog, and then the leg extension and leg strength with the drop kick.
They're just kind of sizing each other up. BG wants in there. You see him kind of tagging himself, man. I think Kip understands the reasoning behind that. Everybody wants to get their blood flowing, their juices flowing. As you can see, Brother Ray gets himself in there.
It's been a war of words to this point between these two as Brother Ray and BG circle and then lock it up. It was quite a memorable moment when these two teams faced off in that verbal warfare on Impact, and now the opportunity to settle it in the 6 sides.
And you know what I love about this is these are two teams that respect each other greatly. But when you look at their eyes in this ring and you look at their faces, it tells another story. It tells a story about pride about what they've done in this business. And for all the times that these guys have been friends outside the ring, right now they are not friends for 1 second. It's become personal right now.
They lock it up again. Let's see who gets the advantage this time. Side headlock for Brother Ray. BG gonna try and obviously fight him off here, shoot him off into the ropes. And you're talking about the weight, power, and strength of Brother Ray. Still able to do so, but there's the shoulder block.
Yeah, BG James at a disadvantage. Size-wise, a little off, but look at that hip toss right there. And then he goes up and down. Wow. BG James showing another style of him. That's what's great. This match is bringing out the best of both of these teams. And look at the look on Brother Ray's face. He hasn't seen BG James do that in a while.
I mean, how many times have we seen the James Gang together where you see drop kicks from both Kip and BG?
Well,
not many.
This is the type of a match where, you know, you got to reach down and find something extra. Because think about all the fans that have seen these guys so many different times in the ring with different people. Now they're seeing this match at TNA for the first time. You can't disappoint. You got to go out there and give it everything you've got.
By the same token, yes, this may just be the second time that these two teams have struck off against each other in NBC. How about that?
Unreal!
I was just going to say, they may not be that familiar with each other, Don, in terms of squaring off, but they have watched each other in hundreds and hundreds of matches against other opponents, so they really do know each other. We got to take another look at this.
I mean, that brought a smile on Kip James. Look at BJ. He gets out of the ring. He's never seen Brother Ray do a drop kick.
Anything you can do? Wow. We can match it, maybe do it better. That's what Brother Ray says.
You know, this was one of the matches that probably we're looking forward to just because of all the history involved and just because of the jawing.
Yeah, that verbal sparring, you're right.
They really got you fired up to see these guys in the ring.
Quick reversal now by BG, sends Brother Ray off into the ropes. Check out these rights. Series of them. A little flip flop and slide. A little bonus added on the end. But now, Brother Ray on the receiving end of some shots from BG. Swing and a miss with the clothesline. Brother Ray's ready to square off.
Look at these guys. They're just sparring back and forth. It's like they know each other. That's the respect. And then they both just crash each other right in the face.
Mutual respect leads to a double knockout as both men connect with right hands. BG. What did he do? Oh! They touched knuckles? Was that what they did?
Oh, yeah. He set Brother Ray up right there. Brother Ray bought into it. That was a slick move by BG, and I guess anything goes in a match of this magnitude, but I think Brother Ray was taking that a little bit more out of respect, and BG used it to his advantage, and that's given a little bit of a... Wait a minute, look at this! Oh! Brother Devon! Oh, and he just splits it right on that steel ring post! Ooh, mama, that hurt.
And Kip James sent down to the floor by Brother Ray. Kip quickly in the ring, but referee Slick Johnson, well, he seems to have all the answers as of late when it comes to the TNA front office.
Sounds like he knows more than you do.
He's able to put the brakes on there. I mean, you think he really knows? You think he's just playing with Larry, I mean. 3D now taking over. Devon after taking BG James, splitting the legs outside of that ring post, and now Devon fires up in the corner. Right hand after right hand to the head.
Look at these rights. I mean, they're wicked shots. Okay, the games are over now. I mean, the last impression I had of these two in the ring before this was BG reached over and kissed him to kind of get inside his head. Well, you can see there was no love going on right there.
Back to the basics. Snap Mayor taking over, and then Devon drops down. Come on, Pin. No. 2 count only for Team 3D. Devon grabs BG right by the head. Tag in. Here comes Brother Ray. Think we're going to see a Team 3 double team? Nope. 3D, no. Just a neck breaker. Drops down, hangman style. Pin. Brother Ray cover. 2. Down shoulder up in the last split second.
It's been amazing how precise these guys have been on their game plans. I mean, they're pulling out all the stops. And look at him pulling back right there on the neck and the chin of BG James. Anything he can. Oh, man, you can see the pain right there on the face of BG.
You're right, breaking back with that reverse chin lock, then the elbow to the top of the head. Now the Team 3D double team. Oh, no contact in the corner, and BG explodes out and drops Devon with the clothesline.
Well, you've got to be able to counter like that. He could see it's exhausted him already, the beating that he's taken. But with every ounce that he had, he went and gave Brother Devon that shot. Now, can he get over to Kip James in time to get the tag? You can see Kip got his hands out, and he's going to be mad.
Timing's right, Kip James in, and he is the legal man, and he's the fresh man. Right hands from both members of Team 3D. Back elbow drops Devon. Knocks that punch from Brother Ray. They shoot him off, and
look at the
impressive back body drop by Kip James.
I'll tell you what, I like that block he put on that one punch. I mean, he just really at the top of his game right here.
Well, you're not kidding. Kip James taking it to Team 3D in a very effective manner until Devon puts him from behind, putting that big blow to the back.
Well, you can't take too much time. You've got to just keep your game plan and go at it. Don't let up. Any hesitation, these guys are so experienced, they'll take advantage of it.
Broken down to the point where all 4 men are in the battle. Both members of Team 3D as well as the James gang. BG on one side, Kip on the other. They're going to count along here at the Impact Zone.
You see him just pounding with him. But look at that! Ray uses his strength. Sent the Kip flying out, and now look at this. He's got BG trapped on his shoulders. Here goes Brother Nemo.
Going to try a little doomsday.
Oh yes, and he hits it. Wow, what a
Top rope clothesline from the shoulders of Brother Ray. 3D pin. 2.
Not enough. Wow, BG showing some resilience.
Kip James back in, and I'm surprised so quickly after that bad landing. Oh, then he took out on the floor by the steps. Double team by 3D on Kip. There goes BG up.
Team 3D is in control right now.
To the pin. 1. He's down. 2. Kip the save.
Just in time. He's lucky he turned around to face him. It might have been too late. Trying to use his strength right there to get the match going back their way. Look at that. Brother Devon, man. Showing some unbelievable power.
You're right. Powered it right over to the floor. Kip right back in. And quickly from behind drops Brother Ray.
Again, you can't turn your back on any of these guys. They've got 20 moves. No. What's he grabbing?
What?
Is that kind of a pipe, it looks like.
I mean, they talked earlier about how the pipe the 3D used against them, and he just laid out Brother Devon with that shot. BG just nailed it with the lead pipe. Pin. 3 counts.
Ladies and gentlemen, your winners, the James Gang!
Wrestling business, that's known as a receipt. 6 years in the making. But yes, they get payback. And the James gang used the lead pipe to win it. It's just like 3D did 6 years ago.
Well, think about that. They've been thinking about it for 6 years. I mean, the pipe, the last time these guys met, caused Kip James a year of wrestling. He was put on the shelf for a year after Brother Ray nailed him with the pipe, and he had it planned. Although that, let me tell you something. The friendship is now over. The friendship is over.
BG said we're going to play a little scoreboard. It's 1-1. One win for Team 3D. That was 6 years ago. 2006, the James gang even it up. To the back, JB standing by with James Mitchell and the Monster Abyss.
Thank you very much, Don and Mike. We are backstage with the 6'8" Monster Abyss and James Mitchell, who just moments ago relinquished their possession of the NWA World Heavyweight Championship belt to TNA officials for it to be hung above the ring for tonight's Full Metal Mayhem match against the rightful owner of that championship belt, Christian Cage.
Christian Cage, last month at Lockdown, this weapon of mass destruction Abyss left you hanging like a pig in a slaughterhouse and took the NWA World Championship belt out of your hands. No wonder you said you're prepared to die. You have nothing to live for. You have nothing to lose with the exception of one thing. Your tenuous paper claim of still being NWA World Heavyweight Champion. Well, tonight, Abyss will take that from you as well. And just to make your humiliation complete, he's going to do it to you in a match which is known to be your specialty, Christian. Full Metal Mayhem. The NWA World Championship belt is going to be hung high above the ring. And the first man to grab it will be declared world champion. But in order to do so, you must first go through a gauntlet of tables, ladders, chairs, and chains. And I can promise you, your squeals are going to reverberate throughout the impact zone when Abyss uses ordinary household tools and furniture as implements of torture. And once he climbs the rungs of that ladder to grab the NWA World Championship belt and finally be officially declared the undisputed world champion, I'll give him the signal. Click. Doomsday. To make your death wish come true by black hole slamming you through one last table. The one awaiting you in the morgue.
And we are back inside the Impact Zone, and yes, that NWA World's Heavyweight matchup, the title bout is yet to come tonight at Sacrifice. It is the Monster Abyss challenging Christian Cage for that title. Mike and Don back at the broadcast position. And ladies and gentlemen, I've just been informed by our truck that we lost satellite connection and power during the opening matchup tonight at Sacrifice. As a result, let's take you back to that matchup. It was the opener tonight, World X Cup, involving Jushin Liger of Team Japan and the Team Canada captain, Petey Williams.
Liger obviously scouted it, and he comes back with a left-handed slap and sends Petey Williams back to the mat.
You're right, the palm thrust, one of his famed offensive moves. It was right on target. Now, going to take Williams up.
Oh!
Running Liger bomb.
1, 2. Oh, did he get it? Oh, man.
I tell you what, I cannot count the number of victories that I have seen through the years with that exact move by Jushin Liger, that running power bomb, the running Liger bomb. Williams able to power out it too. Back to the offensive. Oh, Liger took him up for a suplex. Williams caught him with a knee in the face, and then the spinning neck breaker.
Oh, great counter right there. And he's going to get him. He's got him in it. Oh, wait a minute. You see the interference right there by one of the members of Team Japan. And Petey Williams upset.
Oh, and the low blow from behind the members of Liger's group, the CTU. It was Minoru and Hiroki Goto with the distraction. Liger covered.
2. He's got it.
Ladies and gentlemen, here's your winner, Jushin Liger.
A little bit of their own medicine for Team Canada, would you say?
I'll tell you what, it just shows you how desperate these teams have become. And Team Japan, realizing they had no points, they were going to do whatever it took to get on the scoreboard, and they did. And like you said, kind of took a page out of Team Canada's book.
And yes, they are on the scoreboard with that win. And check that out. Draping the flag over the prone body of the Team Canada captain. And again, we apologize for losing power, satellite transmission during that matchup. Don, in addition to that, tomorrow on our website, TNAWrestling.com, we will also have highlights of that matchup as TNA wants to make good to the fans. And again, we apologize for missing that finish of the opening matchup. Let's go now to an update of the scoring in the World X Cup as we go into the final round, the gauntlet. It's the U.S. in the lead with 5 points. Here comes Team Japan off the victory for Liger. Second place with 3, Mexico with 2, Team Canada yet to break into the scoring column. It's time for the gauntlet. This is the difference maker. It's 5 points for the winner, 2 for the runner-up.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to present the World X Cup trophy to the winning team after this final gauntlet match, TNA's newest knockout, Christy Hemme.
Oh yeah, it's Christy Hemme. She is a knockout. Christy Hemme circling the ringside area. She's going to be the individual who presents the World X Cup trophy to the winning country and the winning team.
I can't think of anybody better to deliver this trophy to you. I mean, my gosh, that would give me motivation to win just to have her hand me the trophy.
Ladies and gentlemen, the rules for this match are as follows. 2 men will start for a 2-minute period. After that time, wrestlers will enter at 1-minute intervals. A wrestler is eliminated when they go over the top rope and their feet hit the floor. When the final 2 wrestlers remain, the match will then be won by pinfall or submission only.
As has everybody here in the World X Cup.
And the second participant, representing Team Mexico, Puma!
From the second that Team Mexico made the announcement that Puma was going to be a part of their squad, Don, I thought it was a great move. Think of the background of Puma. We've talked about this on several occasions in his previous appearances in TNA. He has trained for years at the New Japan Pro Wrestling Dojo in Los Angeles. I mean, who better to send into a ring, to send to the gauntlet, than a man who knows all the Team Japan wrestlers as well as Puma.
Well, he's been so impressive from the moment we've ever seen him here in TNA. He had so many different styles, so many different variations. He's a guy who fits in perfectly with our X division. He's a guy who fits in with the Lucha Libre. He's a guy who fits in with the high flyers of Japan. This guy is a real talent. Now, whether he can make it through this entire gauntlet, well, that's yet to be seen, because these 2 guys have their work cut out for them. As you see Minoru holding out the hand, and that's the show of sportsmanship. Oh, come on, I spoke too soon.
You know, I was surprised by what we saw from Team Japan earlier in that opening matchup. pay-per-view that we just replayed. I guess I shouldn't be after seeing Minoru. They're spinning right in the face of Puma. Fires him off. Oh, what a drop hit.
I'll tell you, these guys are so athletic. Team Japan, though, they have not come over here to make any friends whatsoever. They have come over here to do one thing, and that's win. And by that win, with Thunder Liger earlier, they are now in second place right now in the World X Cup. And here comes Puma. Oh, he comes off the rope and nails him with the kick.
Again, the first two competitors in this gauntlet will go at it one-on-one for 2 minutes, and then it'll be 1 minute for the remaining wrestlers as they enter the gauntlet. Until we get to the final two, it's elimination over the top rope and down to the floor. And once we get to the final two, pinfall or submission to decide it. Puma off the ropes. Minoru drilled it with the kick. First to the head. Series of shots. Then to the side of the leg. Then to the midsection.
Like watching a kung fu movie right there for a second. I mean, it's going to be interesting to see which teams work together. Because if you get a numbers advantage in this gauntlet, you can really take advantage of it. You're going to have to do it because the winner of this gets 5 points, which is very crucial in winning this situation.
You know, Minoru here, I think, has forgotten that until we get to the final two, it's elimination over the top rope. Hit the suplex, no question about that. Then went to the pin. But hello, there's no referee in the ring to count.
7, 6, 5, 4.
Who's going to be next?
2, 1.
And here he
The
comes.
next participant, Captain of Team Canada, Petey Williams.
Here's the guy who's going to want a little revenge on Team Japan after what happened to him on the first match, and now he's working together with Minoru.
I don't know, I'm shocked.
Bizarre.
They cost him the match earlier, Don, the final match in the second round, and now all of a sudden they're working together as a team? How long can this last?
Well, this is just, I didn't think it could last too long. As Petey Williams able to get the shot right there, that was strange for a minute. It was almost surreal.
Oh, you're right. After everything you saw, Petey Williams suffering a loss. After Team Japan, Liger's teammates interfered. They momentarily worked together, but obviously Petey Williams had some kind of a plan in place. Oh, man, what a DDT.
Oh, that was wicked. Now, keep in mind, folks, that again, and remind everybody, the only way you're eliminated is by going over the top rope and your feet hitting the floor until you get to the final two. Then, that is when it is pinfall submission. And here comes Chris Sabin.
The captain of Team USA. Chris Sabin has hit the ring, and he's unloading with chops.
Nobody's been eliminated yet, and it's just going to get more cluttered and more crowded until somebody does. Nice spin kick right there by Sabin. Again, when you think about it, these guys are going to have to be out there an awful long time because all 16 members of the World X Cup will be out here in this gauntlet.
You might recall recently on Impact, Sabin defeated Puma of Team Mexico to gain the U.S. 3 points. Flew into the corner, but check out Petey Williams now squaring off with Sabin. Sabin springs back.
Oh, nice move right there by Sabin as he takes them both out.
15 seconds.
I was just thinking about Petey Williams. Here's a guy that's going to have to do the impossible. Think about that. He's already had an incredible match. Both him and Jushin Thunder Liger. For them to win something like this would be incredible.
Well, you're right. Luck of the draw, definitely not on the side of Team Canada, but here comes Team Japan's Hiroki Goto. Now an opportunity for Team Japan to use the numbers game to their advantage if Minoru can get back into the battle. And here he comes.
Oh, absolutely. Team Japan right now has such an advantage. They need to make sure they get somebody eliminated in here, or it's a wasted minute. Wow. Great counter right there by Goto. As you saw, Petey Williams was hung out to dry, and he got nothing but air.
There goes Sabin into the rope. Spin kick drilled in the top of the head. Goto laid him out.
And Minoru was over there in the corner just putting some torque right there on Puma's neck, trying to wear him out so that it makes it easier to throw him over the top rope.
Hiroki Goto, who just came in, one of the real young rising stars of New Japan World Wrestling. You know, it won't even be 3 years as a pro until the month of July.
It's unbelievable how mature he is in the ring at that age. But what you're getting ready to see here is so many great young stars just like this.
Incognito.
And here comes Incognito making his TNA debut. One of the members of Team Mexico. Lights back off the top.
Look at that athleticism. Man alive, I told you it brings out the best. It brings out the best in the world, and Incognito, I'm just tearing it up.
Oh, you're not kidding. Coming to TNA, Incognito studying, believe it or not, in the seminary to be a priest in addition to his professional wrestling career. Some amazing parallels to Fray Tormenta, a wrestler that you're going to hear a lot about because Jack Black has a new movie coming out called Nacho Libre that documents that career.
Well, I'll tell you what, you're freaking me out here, Professor. It just blows me away with the facts that you can come up with. But I wanted to explain to people, Incognito went through the ropes. That's why him and Petey were not eliminated. It's a great point. To go over the top of the ropes.
Representing Team Canada, Johnny
Devine. The Canadians in now. Still waiting for our first elimination in this matchup as Johnny Devine in the corner on Incognito. Great uppercut shot. The charge at him, man. Oh, caught him in the corner with both boots. Here comes Devine again, and that time both knees.
You're looking right now at Team USA is the one that is outnumbered out there. I believe I'm seeing this right. Chris Sabin, the only member of Team USA out there in this matchup, so the other teams can take advantage of it and get the captain of Team USA out.
Great point.
If they're thinking right, but you know you've only got a minute out there and you get yourself engaged before somebody else comes in.
But it only takes a split second to eliminate somebody by tossing him over the top rope.
Good point right there. And again, it's over the top, not through, not around. They got to go over the top rope and then their feet hit the floor.
9, 8, 7,
Look at the draw determines who enters
5,
next. Let's find out
4,
who it is and representing what country.
2, 1. All right. The next entrance representing Team USA, Sanjay Dutt.
Sanjay Dutt evens things up all the way around. That's the way to start things off.
Great flying body press on the top. Took down two members of Team Japan.
Look at the teamwork.
How about this?
We're talking about. Oh, man, that's just kind of taking a beating right there on Petey Williams. Getting some revenge on Team Canada for all the past friends.
Sandwich drop kick by Dutton Sabin on Petey Williams. Little payback here from Fine Bisque with the knee. Sanjay.
Oh, look at that athleticism. This guy's amazing.
That's sick. Snapped off that inverted hurricane run. Wow.
He's so quick. He's so aggressive. Sanjay Dutt is one of those guys that is a future X Division champion. I know it all by heart.
USA TNA chants from the crowd. Incognito. And Sabin. Oh, no. Who's going to be next?
3,
And these guys, nobody's been eliminated yet.
representing Japan, Black Tiger.
And yeah, here comes Black Tiger to the ring representing New Japan. Springboard off the top. Oh, Sanjay caught him with that boot.
And so, oh, but he went right into that by Black Tiger. That's what cost him. That ring gets real small. When you've got, what, 10, 11? We got 9 guys in there right now. 9 guys.
3 of the 9 members of Team Japan.
Good point. That gives them the advantage.
Check out the ankle lock by Black Tiger on Petey Williams. Divine in for the save. And again, you're not going to win the match with a submission move like that, but you can work and tear down that ankle and then toss him over the top rope, that's for sure.
What we got going right there?
We got Sanjay almost being taken over the top. Who's next?
The next entrant representing Team Mexico, Magno.
Oh, we saw Magno. this action back in the ring if we can. But just everything going down at the same time in this gauntlet. The finals of the World X Cup.
Oh, I hope Sante's all right, man. But to let you know, Incognito is now gone and Sante's upset.
Eliminated. And here comes wrestler number 12, Alex Shelley from the U.S.
Well, we still got 4 more to go. I mean, look at how many people are in there already. Alex Shelley coming in. It's going to be very, very eager to see how he works out with the rest of Team USA. Because Team USA here is in a situation where they're in the lead, but even if they can finish second and say it's Team Japan that wins, then Team Japan would win this whole thing. There's a lot of scenarios the way this is working out.
Oh, you're right. Clothesline takes Saban out to the Johnny Devine at the same time.
Alex Shelley right behind Johnny Devine, and when Saban went out, Alex Shelley able to throw Johnny Devine out, Mike.
You're right. We're doing our best to try to document this. Big dropkick by Puma in the far corner against Eric Young.
Man, what a gauntlet this has been. I mean, this thing has just been of action after action.
The next entrant, the captain of Team Japan, Jushin Liger.
Here comes Jushin Liger, who kicked off the pay-per-view with a win for Team Japan and got them on the scoreboard. And he hits the ring and representing Team Japan now. Gotta make sure I got this right. That's everybody out for Team Japan at this point, all 4 men, right?
They have a great advantage right now. Team Japan has every member of their team out there, but they've got to take advantage of that. They've got to work together. Oh, you can see Magno right. Oh, Magno gets the boot up on Jushin Liger.
Right, here comes Magno charging at Liger.
What a backbreaker.
Tilt-a-whirl backbreaker by Liger. Check this out. Liger going to go to the top. Magno try and cut him off.
Oh, look at this. Magno, this is a great opportunity for him to take care of the captain of Japan. And look at this. Oh, but he goes back into the ring. Man, oh man, that was close.
5, 4,
Suplexes Liger back in. Let's find out who's next. Wrestler 14 out of 16.
the next entrant, the captain of Team Mexico, Shocker.
Oh, that was going on. Magno was eliminated.
Magno has been eliminated.
Magno took a shot right over the ropes. It was great teamwork by Team Japan, and they did work together, and Magno's gone.
I mean, Team Mexico look like they're going to have the edge. There's a tilt-a-whirl from Shocker on Liger. But you're right, just as the Mexico team captain Shocker hit the ring, Magno, his partner, his teammate was eliminated.
What a backbreaker right there by Shocker. He comes in fired up. Look at this, one right after another. Oh, man. Black Tiger able to avoid the elimination and a knee right to Shocker's head.
Shocker fights out of the corner, able to drop Black Tiger down with those knees. Try and take him up. Watch Black Tiger quickly to the top.
Oh, good move, though, getting back into the ring, though. Smart move by Black Tiger.
Yeah, you're right, Don. You said it earlier. It's about eliminating the competition, but at the same time, it's about surviving.
3, 2,
Shocker able to hold on. Oh, Black Tiger's gone.
next entrant, representing Team Canada, Tyson Dukes.
And here comes Tyson Dukes to the ring, representing the Canadians, the 9-year pro, 28 years of age from Windsor, Ontario. And he comes in with impact. I mean, keep in mind here, as we see Tyson Dukes taking it to Puma, well, both Puma and Minoru have been out here since the start.
And also keep in mind, Petey Williams and Jushin Liger, who wrestled earlier tonight, are still out there. They've got to be awful tired. But Puma and Minoru out here from the start still.
Tyson Dukes, I think he thought he eliminated Puma, but Puma landed on the ring apron, didn't go down to the floor, so he's still alive.
Oh, wait a minute, you can see.
Goto hangs on.
Oh, no, Goto hits the floor.
Shelley
Goto has been eliminated.
You know, we questioned Alex Shelley and whether he was going to help or hinder Team USA, but he has been a huge factor in the success of the United States squad.
Oh, absolutely. You get caught up in what this is all about out here. I'll tell you what.
No violation from Team USA, Jay Lethal.
20-year-old Jay Lethal, representing the United States, hits the ring and going to take it right to Minoru of Team Japan.
Let's see, we got Goto gone, Black Tiger gone, Magno gone, Johnny Devine gone, Saban gone, Dunn gone, and Incognito. We're still waiting to hear any information on Sanjay Dunn. He took a wicked ankle shot. I don't know anything yet, but I know that he called for help right away and they won't let him walk out of here.
Well, he's down to the floor. Jay Lethal caught him with the kick.
Minoru has been eliminated.
Team Japan's Minoru is off. You can scratch him off the list.
Japan's down with just one person, and that's leg.
Oh, he got it.
And Dukes is gone.
Vincent Dukes has been eliminated.
We've got, it's Puma from Mexico, Petey Williams from Canada, and 2 members of the USJ, Lethal, and Alex Shelley, and Lethal with the springboard right into Petey.
And what an advantage for Team USA. Puma's been out there from the beginning, and Petey Williams has been out there earlier in the day.
Boy, you're right.
Team USA has got Shelley, has got Lethal together. Oh, wait a minute. Shelley is again the momentum lost him.
Risky move by Shelley, and he's out. He's eliminated.
He's not out.
Through the ropes, you gotta go over the top. Lethal hangs on. Shelley's out, however, right?
That's right, Alex Shelley's gone. And now Jay Lethal just took the lead. Unbelievable. Puma and Petey Williams. I would have never made that bet in a million years.
Caught him with the brainbuster, did Puma of Team Mexico. Pulls the Canadian captain, Petey Williams, drags him over to the corner. We're down to the final 2. Referee Andrew Thomas in. Now it's about pinfall or submission from here.
Yeah, going over the ropes doesn't mean anything now, does it?
Canadian Destroyer!
Oh, he hits it! He nails it! Petey Williams is going to get the win! Unbelievable!
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of the World X Gauntlet representing Team Canada, Petey Williams.
What's 5 points for the Canadians? Wait a minute, it's 5-5 at this point.
I'm trying to add this up. It doesn't add up.
It does add up.
It does. It's a tie. Wait a minute. Here comes Kevin Nash.
What the? Kevin Nash promised that he would be here. But what's this?
What's he doing out here?
He's told us for weeks about what he's going to do to the X Division. Now, come on. Puma has been out here, Don, for 20 minutes.
Oh, this is just absolutely ridiculous.
Jackknife powerbomb by Nash.
If you're going to pick on somebody that's prepared for you. This doesn't show how tough you are.
What the hell does this prove? This proves absolutely nothing.
It proves you're a kind of a
jerk.
jackass is all it proves. Oh, man, he puts that big boot right there on Puma. Oh, come on.
We know that Kevin Nash has been so vocal in recent weeks on Impact about the X Division, and let's hear what the big man has to say. But that proves nothing.
Looks like somebody pissed me off to get me here on Mother's Day. I got a few questions. Is one of these guys incognito? Or was this an incognito battle royal? Because I don't know who the hell any of these guys are.
Oh, now he's just making a reference on all the X Division.
This guy's the runner-up tonight. He got no offense on me. I haven't wrestled in a year.
He's bragging about this crap.
I'm mediocre. Mediocre, big man. We'll drop an X Division superstar every night of the week.
Well, especially if he's already wrestled for 20 minutes.
Exactly.
A mediocre big man.
And I ain't even mediocre, baby. I'm pretty damn good.
Well, you're pretty big. Unbelievable. This just
And
hurts me. I mean, if you want to come out here.
I don't know what your old lady's been telling you at home, but my boy, size does matter.
Proves absolutely nothing.
Oh, this is just, like I said, all this does is show you how wrong Kevin Nash is in this situation, especially a guy that's wrestled his heart out for 20 minutes, Mike.
Proves absolutely nothing, but what's Larry Zbyszko going to do about this situation, Don? Because we're tied up in the World X Cup. Let's take a look now at the updated scoring, and you see Team Canada, by virtue of the win in the gauntlet, with 5 points, the U.S. with 5, you see Mexico with 4, and you see Japan with 3 points.
It absolutely now means they're going to have to make some kind of a decision, because with the win, you know, I didn't even think about Team Canada, especially when Petey Williams was out there after all he's done tonight, that they would actually get the win and get the tie.
You're right, Don. I mean, at the same time, we have to put up with what we just witnessed from Kevin Nash, who proved absolutely nothing. He came out after Puma had been in the ring for 20-plus minutes. And he did that, and he's so damn proud of it.
Oh, he's been railing on the X Division. We've heard him week after week. Oh, yeah, this proves a lot. This proves you can come out here and beat on somebody who's tired, defenseless. What does that prove, Mike?
At the same time, Don, I have to think back. This is the finals of the World X Cup. What's the decision going to be from Larry Zbyszko from the championship committee? Can you imagine? We're going to have to settle this tie somehow. All right, I'm getting word that is Samoa Joe ready? To the back, JB and the Samoan submission machine.
Thank you very much, John and Mike. You know, a lot of speculation raised earlier tonight by Jeff Jarrett and Big Papa Pump Scott Steiner that Samoa Joe and Sting are not on the same page. Well, who better than the man himself to get to the bottom of this? Samoa Joe, have you even talked to Sting today? Are the rumors true?
I was brought here to complete a task. And last time I checked, I didn't need to hold hands and sing Kumbaya to kick somebody's ass. Jarrett, you call yourself king of the mountain. Well, it looks like you're long overdue for having somebody knock you off your throne. And as for your muscle Steiner, Scotty, you've made quite a reputation for yourself. It's just a shame that tonight, I'll be making mine, killing yours.
At Lockdown, Sting had his choice of match. He wanted a cage and weapons. Well, that's the only weapon I need. Sting can get anybody he wants.
And I'm gonna let you choose my partner. I just happen to have with me a very lovely game show hostess. We're gonna do this in game show format, ladies and gentlemen. Will it be tunnel number 1 or will it be tunnel number 2? You have 30 seconds. Deal or no deal?
You show up and sacrifice with your partner because you ain't got nobody back there. Is that all you can dig up? You ain't getting sucked into your mind games.
The next time your choices are gonna be different.
Instead of having 2 choices, you only get 1 choice. And sacrifice, you better bring you a partner. I've got the best one in the business.
Deal or no deal?
You got 30 seconds, Jeff. 30 seconds to make up your mind.
I said take the deal. I don't care who.
I am not accepting the deal. No thanks. I'll push the next week, Stinger. You leave me no choice because this contestant right here is now null and void. You've made the choice, so make me my choice.
Unbeaten, unstoppable, unlimited.
He is the undefeated Samoan submission machine. Watch out!
Sting can get anybody he wants.
A brutal gladiator. He has annihilated everyone in his path.
This man has never been pinned. He's never submitted to anyone.
His name is synonymous with violence. The ultimate killing machine.
With me, it's never about who's next, but who's left.
The games are over. Joe's going to kill you.
You're gonna find out in Sacrifice what it's really like to be in TNA.
The deal has been made. Who is willing to make the ultimate sacrifice?
I can't wait for this one. King of the Mountain, Big Papa Pump, against the legend that is Sting and the undefeated Samoan submission machine.
Ladies and gentlemen, TNA Sacrifice continues with the following tag team contest. Introducing team number 1 first. From Detroit, Michigan, Big Papa Pump, Scott Steiner.
I'll tell you, it is such an impressive sight, Mike. Whenever you look at this man and you see those broad shoulders and look at those arms. The biggest arms, the shortest views. He's somebody that you would think would be able to annihilate anybody.
Kill you.
Not to mention,
has there ever been a better description, a more dead-on description of an individual than what you just said about Big Papa Pump? Biggest arms, shortest views. Jarrett's tag team partner, first to the ring. Big Papa Pump's ready for a tag team matchup. Oh, that we've been waiting for since we heard about it this Thursday on Impact.
And his tag team partner accompanied to the ring by Gail Kim from Nashville, Tennessee, the King of the Mountain, Jeff Jarrett.
One of the questions, and maybe it's the most important one, that we will answer in this tag team matchup. It was brought to us that seed of doubt by Jeff Jarrett and Scott Steiner earlier in their pre-match interview.
opponents, introducing first. He is the X Division champion, the undefeated Samoan submission machine, Samoa Joe!
And here he comes, the Samoan submission machine, and you asked the question, will these two work together? But you know what? I don't think you should read into them being in separate destinies. These guys are private individuals, and they're going to do whatever it takes to personally get ready.
Hold that thought, Don. I'm just getting word that we will have the tiebreaker for the World X Cup this Thursday. Spike TV's Impact. Larry Zbyszko says we're going to put the USA captain Chris Sabin in the ring. We're going to put the Canadian captain Petey Williams, US Canada. They're going to decide it this Thursday. Spike TV, the Impact broadcast, it'll determine who wins the World X Cup.
And his tag team partner from Venice Beach, California, weighing 251 pounds. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Sting!
Let that milk in for a minute.
You're not kidding. It feels so good just to lay out and hear the reaction of the crowd here in the Impact Zone.
The big question that everybody wants to know. Sting, Joe. Joe's always been aloof. He's always been a man who beats by his own drum. You never could. I never even fathomed that he would be a partner with Sting, Mike. But once they decided to do it, I can think of nothing but.
But not at the same time, and I don't know if it's because Jarrett and Steiner were planting that seed of doubt in our minds, in the minds of Samoa Joe and Sting, but if you think back to the times here in TNA, Samoa Joe has been involved in a tag team match, and it's not many times. But Don, the one thing that I can remember and one thing that I can recall is Samoa Joe always had communication problems. Not a cohesive unit with his tag team partners in the past. I can remember a specific instance where he walked out of Abomination Christopher Daniels as his partner.
Oh, I remember he turned on him and beat the living crap out of him one time. He did it another time with Alex Shelley. He never gets along with his partner, but I still deep down feel that even somebody like Samoa Joe respects a legend like Sting enough to be able to work with him. And I think sometimes you have to, what do we always say, it makes for strange bedfellows. And this is a chance for Joe to prove to the world he's so much more than the X Division. And what better way to do that than by embarrassing the King of the Mountain, Jeff Jarrett, or Big Papa Pump, Scott Steiner.
Jarrett and Steiner kept talking about that trust factor, or maybe the mistrust factor between Joe and Sting, but I really like the words from Joe. He said he's here to complete a task, he's here to do a job, and he's going to take care of business in that ring. Didn't need to have a sing-along with Sting, didn't need to get together with him beforehand, and at the same time, he sort of zeroed in on Big Papa Pump. Samoa Joe said, yes, Scott Steiner, you've got a hell of a reputation, but that's how Samoa Joe can enhance his reputation, can make his by killing Big Papa Pump's rep.
Oh, this is a great way to start this off. I mean, we've been waiting for these two to face each other one-on-one in the ring. And you see it. I mean, take a look at, I swear, every week that you see Sting, he looks more prepared and more ready. You can tell he's working out religiously, getting himself in the best shape imaginable. He's loving being back in the ring. He'll tell you anytime you ask him. He loves the feel and the smell of the building, he says. And look at this. He is fired up and just using muscle right there on Jarrett.
Oh, you're right. Oh, Jarrett, open hand slap. Oh, the ultimate disrespect to the side of the face of Sting in a second time after Sting had overpowered Jarrett down twice and I think embarrassed him in the process by throwing him down. No impact at all, Jarrett.
Man, those are some wicked rights though by Jarrett. Sting took every one of them. And he just took them and now he's giving them right back.
Oh, you're right, and then fights back with right hand after right hand. And now face first goes Jarrett. Sting grabs him by the back of the head and the neck and just drives him right down into the canvas.
Man, that is Jeff Jarrett right now does not like the way this started. He just got it handed to him. He gave Sting some of his best shots. Sting not only took him, he turned him right around on Jeff Jarrett. Jeff Jarrett, I think, needs to get a tag into Scott Steiner and get his bearings.
However, a smart move by the King of the Mountain, Jarrett, able to roll out to the floor. Not only stops the offensive attack of Sting. It slows him down, and it enables Jarrett to regroup. He comes back in, and you talked about the tag, the Big Papa Pump. Well, here we go. Scott Steiner now legal. Scott Steiner in against Sting.
Well, it's you know, there's no sense being too proud out there. You got to work together. I mean, you're looking at somebody who is taking the wrestling world by storm, and Joe, and of course a legend like Sting. You don't want to play your own shoot. You got to work together as a team.
Steiner, series of chops to the chest of Sting. Shoots him off, and as he charges in, Sting gets the big boot out, drops it, caught him right in the top of the head. Sting in now position Steiner back out, sends him, oh, and then crashes down across his chest.
Nice shot right there. Oh, you saw Jarrett coming in, and he just kind of did a drop toe hold on him, and Jarrett went right on top of Steiner.
Look at this, Sting, high risk early on. Wow! He took down those two for the price of one.
Absolutely, went to the top of the rope. Jarrett brought them both out. I'm telling you, it's bringing out the best of everybody right now. Steiner's outside the ring, and Jarrett's outside the ring.
Incredible opening minutes flurry by Sting has Jarrett, Steiner, the king of the mountain, and Big Papa Pump totally on the defensive.
You can see right there, look at Sting. Just setting it up, and here's the tag.
Oh, baby, this is what we've been waiting for, too. Here we go. Samoa Joe, the unbeaten Samoan submission machine, gonna square off with Big Papa Pump.
Oh, listen, this crowd, they're all screaming at Steiner. Joe's gonna kill you. It's hard to imagine anybody can do that to a man the size of Scott Steiner. We don't know that he can, but we've been thinking about it.
You can just feel the level of anticipation. Oh, pie-face Steiner.
Wow, he's not gonna back down for a second. What a wise choice by Sting. Somebody not intimidated at all.
And now they square off, and Steiner caught him first with the boot. Sent him face first into the top turnbuckle, and then comes back with a series of chops.
Yeah, look at the power. Look at these shots by Scott Steiner.
Oh, and Joe stacks him up and turns him around. Look at Joe with shot after shot, and he's got Steiner reeling.
One right after another, these guys trading off. One thing Joe doesn't want to do. Underestimate that man. Did you see that? Suplex.
Did you see that?
What a suplex.
Belly to belly. Released overhead suplex by Steiner on Samoa Joe. And you don't see Samoa Joe taking over with that kind of ease very often, if ever.
Well, look at his face. It looks like he's rattled a little bit. And I was just getting ready to say that. If you underestimate a man of the quality and caliber of Scott Steiner, it's going to cost you. Joe did right there. He better regroup. Look at these guys locked up.
Yeah, these two big bulls locking up once again. Steiner able to move him off into the corner. A knee and chops again, but Joe turns him around again. Second time, and now a forearm chop. Look at Steiner's head go back with each time that Joe connects with that forearm.
Oh, man, Joe relentless right there. Oh, what a shot by Steiner. Man alive, is he standing tall and strong.
On display, ladies and gentlemen, you are witnessing an exhibit of pure power versus pure power. Big Papa Pump, you're right, drop that elbow. Samoa Joe now going to try and get back in the battle, but Steiner cuts him off. First the boot, then the series of clubbing blows to the back.
Well, one of my questions has kind of been answered. It's how good of a team would these two be? I think that they need to be tagging a little quicker. Right now, it's just kind of posturing, but look at Joe! And then he goes up and nails him with the kick! And he comes up the rope! Oh, what a shot!
But Steiner stayed on his feet. He caught him again, but he can't take him down. And Jarrett caught him from outside with the knee. And he won. That's 280 plus pounds that Steiner is taking overhead with that suplex. That's amazing.
I mean, he's done it twice, both times, and then he just tosses Joe out. Wow, I'll tell you, there just goes to show you how strong Steiner is.
Jarrett, cheap shot on the outside. Sting immediately comes to check on his partner. Jarrett now going to take Joe and toss the unbeaten Samoan submission machine into the ring, right into that hired assassin, and Steiner goes for the lateral press, but just a 2 count. Joe gets that shoulder up with ease.
Now look at the tag right there. These guys working together. And Joe's got to be getting a little wore out right there. I mean, I'm not seeing somebody. Nice drop kick right to the chin of Samoa Joe. Jarrett nailed it.
Yeah, that top boot of Jarrett, that great leg extension, as he just drove it directly into the face of the man that they're chanting for in the impact zone. The chance of Joe. Joe will try and get him fired up, but Jarrett caught him with a close just said, Jarrett, I got your clothesline. I got your clothesline right here.
And then he does the smart thing. He gets Sting involved. And look at Sting, one after another. Bang, bang, and he... Oh, no.
Sting on Jarrett. Cover. No. Steiner in for the save.
And what a matchup this has been. It's been everything and more.
You're not kidding. Physically, as well as this emotional response from this crowd in the Impact Zone.
Look at it.
He's got a bowl of them. Get off the scorpion here on Jarrett. Turn him over. Turn him over and make him submit. Jarrett fighting him off, but now Sting. No, and he takes down Steiner at the clothesline.
Sting right now has got the momentum going his way.
Scorpion on Big Papa Pop.
Oh, what a shot he took right there. Another one. Can he hold on to it?
He is.
Oh, not there.
Maintaining his grip on the hold through the repeated right hands by Jarrett, but the kick was just too much, and there's the DDT.
Man, Jeff Jarrett right there caught Sting, and that's the problem when you're out there one-on-two. You're left out there, and it's a situation where he can sure use a tag to Joe in right now. They have got to figure out a way to tag each other a little quicker, I think.
You're right, it has been the difference maker in this matchup. The 2-on-1, and Steiner going to try and take advantage of it. Had the near leg hook, but not able to put away Sting.
I don't know. When you think about who's worked together better right now, I'd have to say Jarrett and Steiner have. Man, another belly-to-belly.
Pin, 2, no. Sting got the shoulder up just before the 3 count from Rudy Charles.
I'll tell you what, Scott Steiner, I think, feels like he's been the forgotten man in this whole movie. He wants to show everybody. Don't forget who he is and where he's come from. And him and Jeff Jarrett working together so well. Now Sting caught no man's land.
King of the Mountain putting the boots to Sting. Shades of Ron Garvin there as he just starts it at one point on Sting's body and puts the boots to him all the way around to the top, caught him in the head, and then the front face lock takes him down and neutralizes.
Look how Jeff Jarrett is keeping his body between Sting and Samoa Joe. He knows that Samoa Joe with a little rest like he's got to be devastating. Can be a force. And that's why Jarrett is keeping Sting away.
That is such a great point. That's the veteran Jeff Jarrett. Those years of ring experience that the King of the Mountain brings to TNA, and you're seeing it on display here. The front face lock, yes, it keeps Samoa Joe at bay from coming in at the same time, maintains their advantage against Sting.
But one thing about it, you've got to hold it. And a man like Sting, you're not going to hold for too long. As Sting gets to his feet, you can see Jarrett trying to turn him over. Sting fighting back, getting over there close. Can he get a tag in? Look at Joe leading out. He does!
Extends the hand and Samoa Joe's in. I'm not sure whether the
wait a minute. Oh, the referee didn't see it.
Because
of Steiner. Be kidding.
Steiner distracted Rudy Charles. That's the referee on the far side of the ring. There was no way that he could just see through the bodies or even see through the tag. Missed the clothesline by Steiner twice. Sting off the rope. Mid-ring collision and Steiner down. Sting going to try and stay on his feet, but...
Oh, look at him. He's teetering, it looks like, right there.
Look out!
Oh, but he places it perfectly. If you're going to fall, make sure you know where you're going, and look at that. Ooh, Mamma Mia. That's how you bring down Big Papa Pump.
Now he's got to get Joe in.
Oh, he does.
This is the point where Sting needs to regroup, roll to his corner, get Samoa Joe back into this battle.
He had him in one. Referee Rudy Charles distracted by Scott Steiner, which is the experience that Scott Steiner and Jeff Jarrett bring to the table. No doubt about that. And you see Sting rolling over. Can he get it to tag? Yes, he does. And oh, Jarrett wasn't ready for that.
Yeah, watch Jarrett beg off now. Puts on the brakes, backs up, can't avoid those chops.
Well, any questions on whether Joe is anything but the X Division? Got an answer. And then some. What a shot with the knee right there. Man.
280 pounds behind the knee, but Jarrett with the cheap shot. Joe able to fight through it. Catches him with the snap slam of the pin, but Steiner breaks it out.
Samoa Joe. Jeff Jarrett. Oh, man! Powered him down. 1, 2. Whoa. Gail Kim. Gail Kim with interference from outside. Position the foot of Jarrett on the bottom ring rope. And Rudy Charles stopped his count at 2.
Unbelievable. She was in the right place at the right time. Man alive, that was over. It was over. Oh, look at the low blow by Jarrett.
Cheap shot by Jarrett. And here comes the stroke.
Oh, he hits it.
Joe down to the mat. Jarrett can sense victory. Sting and Steiner battle out on the arena floor. Jarrett says it's over. He's got him finished. Here's the pin.
Taking way too much time, he did. He took way too much time there. Oh, wait a minute, outside. Oh, man. I mean, Sting just threw Scott Steiner into the rail right in front of us. Steiner on the ground, and now you see Jarrett in the ring. Oh, man, right here.
God. Right into the broadcast table. This big pop. Action in the ring also. Jarrett's got Joe up on the middle rope. Is he going to go for that stroke from up top?
He's going to try to take him out from the top. If he hits this stroke, that'll do it. Oh, look at him. Just kind of rolled out of there, and then he goes up and kicks it. He's done it. Wait a minute. He's got him on the monster. Can he hit it? He's done it. 1, 2, 3.
Ladies and gentlemen, here are your winners, Samoa Joe and Sting!
Showing how agile, showing he belongs in any division. Man alive!
Impact rocking with the 10 for Samoa Joe. How about that? You question the trust factor between these two, Jeff Jarrett. Samoa Joe and Sting get the win. Damn, that was impressive.
Oh, that was an incredible matchup. And right there, Sting with the raises arm. Joe kind of walked away a little bit. I think he's just kind of caught up in the emotion. And you see Gail Kim leaning down over Jeff Jarrett. And look at this, look at the dynamics.
Here we go.
He's holding his hand out.
Extending
Take
the
the hand.
Samoa Joe.
Take the hand. Oh, don't walk away. Not after that. Come on, it was Sting that brought you in here. It was Sting that brought you in here for this matchup. Shake the hand.
Come on, Joe.
Yes!
That's it.
Yes!
That cements the relationship between these two, and it proves Jeff Jarrett wrong. It proves Scott Steiner wrong.
Man, Sting realized he made the right call. And right there, that mutual respect. Sting pointing to Samoa Joe. Samoa Joe walking out victorious. What a night. What a match.
One of the most memorable moments done in TNA's near-year victory has just occurred.
Wait a minute, behind Sting.
It's Steiner.
It's Scott Steiner, the chair.
I can see it. He's got a chair. Sting has no idea.
Oh, man, he just cracked him.
Did you hear it?
I heard it. I wouldn't have still heard it.
I mean, you had to hear it.
I don't know if he did. He's walking away.
You can hear it all over the building.
I know it.
He could hear that all over the building. He
Lethal, all coming to the aid of Sting.
You talk about a locker room that's come out and showed support for Sting after Samoa Joe turned his back on him.
Well, at least somebody came to his rescue right there. Out of the respect for Sting.
Wow.
Sting, he's a bloody man.
Sacrificing the
Look at
NWA
Sting.
heavyweight
He's a bloody
He
man.
walked out on Sting. NWA World Champ.
NWA World Heavyweight Champion Christian Cage. Last month at Lockdown, Abyss lost the match but left with your World Heavyweight Championship belt. My question for you, Christian, is, without the title, do you still feel like a champion?
Why don't you ask the peeps in the peep zone if I'm the champion? I think you got your answer. Abyss, it doesn't make you a champion because you embarrassed me, because you stalked my wife, because you videotaped her. It doesn't make you a champion because you have your manager, James Mitchell, or as I like to call him, Elvira with a sex change. And Abyss, it doesn't make you a champion because you carry around a championship belt. Ask Jeff Jarrett, he did it for 4 years. And they said I didn't have any humor left, huh? Abyss, you might find this not so humorous. Because tonight, to truly be a champion, to truly be recognized as the champion, you need to do what you haven't been able to do yet, and that's beat Christian Cage. And I got some more bad news for you. This is my match. This is the match that I made famous. Tables, ladders, chairs, and you can throw in chains too, I really don't care. So right now, there's only one thing left for me to do, and that's embarrass your ugly Neanderthal ass for the last time and take back my title, because that's...
It's up next, World Heavyweight title match.
And we're ready to roll inside the Impact Zone. NWA World Heavyweight Championship on the line in our main event. Let's take a look now at the tail of the tape. The numbers illustrate the sizable height and weight advantage for the challenger. Can Abyss exploit that 100-plus pound edge and come away with the NWA World Heavyweight Championship? The bullet points behind this match. They stalked Christian's wife. They attempted to drown him. They hung him with the chain. Abyss and Mitchell have made it more than a wrestling grudge. They even went so far as to mastermind the stealing of the NWA Heavyweight Championship belt. But it's been returned, and it's hanging above the ring. Both men, a storied history when it comes to matches involving tables, ladders, chairs, and chains. Only one thing left. It's time for Full Metal Mayhem.
There you see right there, the Monster Abyss making its way through the ramp. You gotta wonder what's going through that mind. That, you know, a lot of people think that's a simpleton there, but I don't. I think it's somebody that maybe one class, but when he gets that focus, he knows where he's headed, he can be devastating.
The Monster is on the loose. Great shot backstage. You see that James Mitchell has met up at the bottom of those stairs with a 6'8", 350-pound monster. Mitchell and his strength, his force, his monster Abyss headed to the impact zone in the role of the challenger. NWA World's Heavyweight title, it's on the line in our main event.
Abyss, somebody who will put his body in harm's way at the drop of a hat. The pain is almost like a vitamin in this guy. I mean, it's just, he thrives on it. You've seen him put himself in so many situations. So, the tables, the ladders, the chairs, the chains, you've got to think that a man like this, that it would be to his advantage.
It's been really brilliant strategy on the part of James Mitchell. They started with the stalking of Christian's wife, Denise. They turned it up a notch. They attempted to drown Christian in his own swimming pool at his house in Tampa, Florida. They then proceeded last month in lockdown to hang Christian Cage from the side of the Six Sides of Steel with a steel cage. There's wrestling grudges on, there's wrestling rivalries, but this is so much more than that. This is downright personal.
And there he comes, the champion. That belt he might not have had in his possession, but you and I both know he is the true NWA World Champion. And you know what I think about? I think about all those things that Abyss did to him you just mentioned. And you know what? He's still walking. He's still coming. And he's demanding this type of a match.
And do you think as Christian Cage makes his way towards the entrance ramp here at the Impact Zone, you don't think he's got a checklist going off in his mind, do you? Where he goes back to that stalking, where he goes back to the drowning, where he goes back to the hanging? I'll tell you what, he thinks about every one of those things as here comes the NWA champion.
I mean, they always say what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. Well, Abyss has tried everything in his power to take this man out, and he still keeps coming. That's a true champion. That's somebody that deserves to wear that belt. The problem is now he's got to find a way to climb the ladder and get it down.
Weapons placed all over the impact zone. You saw a table, you saw a ladder already up on the ramp. Yeah, there's steel chairs. The Monster brought the chain out with him as well. Weapons are in place. The combatants are in place. Main event time. Our main event matchup here at the Sacrifice pay-per-view. And the NWA Heavyweight Championship is about to be on the line. Ready for full Metal Mayhem? Let's go to JB for the introduction.
Ladies and gentlemen, live from Orlando, Florida, it's time for your Sacrifice main event of the evening. Ladder match rules will apply as Total Nonstop Action Wrestling presents Full Metal Mayhem for the Heavyweight Championship of the World. When the bell rings, the man in charge, official Mr. Earl Hebner. And now, ladies and gentlemen, introducing the challenger, standing outside the ring to my left, accompanied tonight by James Mitchell. He weighed in this morning at 350 pounds and is the #1 contender for the Heavyweight Championship of the World. This is the Monster Abyss. And now, ladies and gentlemen, standing in the corner to my right, he weighed in this morning at 232 pounds. From Toronto by way of Tampa, Florida, he is the current reigning and defending NWA Heavyweight Champion of the World, Captain Charisma, Christian Cage.
Oh yeah, they're standing at the impact zone because they, along with the wrestlers and you at home, realize the importance of our main event matchup. There it is. It hangs in the balance, and it also hangs high above the ring. The 6 sides here at the impact zone. That's the NWA World Heavyweight Championship belt. You take it down and become the champion. But Don, before we get to that point, they're going to have to fight through tables, ladders, chairs, and chains, and here we go.
Well, you make a great point right there, Mike. This is going to be brutal. For those of you out there, if you don't like violence, then I suggest you leave, because this will get violent. This will get nasty. They're going to use everything in their power. They're going to do whatever they can, and that belt is hanging. From the top, up above these guys, it's going to take a ladder to get it down. Nice spear right there. Like Christian Cage.
And right to the offensive with right hand after right hand into the top of the head of the monster abyss. Interesting strategy from both men the opening minute of the match. Christian goes for the unprettier. At the same time, Abyss tried to get him up in the rack. I'm sure on the way to a shock treatment move on the champion, Christian Cage, but neither successful. I think they went to the well a little bit too early. Look at him charge into the corner. That's 350 pounds that just sandwiched the champ against the turnbuckle.
You have to have a little bit different of a game plan in a match like this, because it's not about pinning and it's not about submitting. It's about getting up there and getting that belt down. And the problem is you get caught up in the moment, and sometimes you forget. You'll probably see somebody go for a pin attempt because it's reaction. It's what they... Oh, nice kick right there by Christian. Oh, that wicked ladder shot right into Abyss.
Great reaction by Christian. He sensed and saw that the monster Abyss was bringing a ladder towards the ring, and he cut him off. Drop kick right into the ladder. It momentarily took Abyss down to the floor, but look at the monster fight back.
Well, one thing, you've got to get that ladder into the ring if you're going to have a chance. And you can see Christian right there trying to get away. I think catches his breath. And Abyss just slams his head right there on the mat.
This is actually the most important aspect of this match. It's wearing down your opponent to the point where, Don, they've been taken out of commission, and you have the ability then to position that ladder, get it into place, climb all the way up, tear down the belt, and walk away from sacrifices the world's heavyweight champion. Great shot to the top of the head. Man, this just put the fist right into the head of the champion. Hey.
I would think the strategy would try to be to somehow damage your opponent, get him outside of the ring so that he has no chance of stopping you on your trek to pulling the belt down. So you're going to see these guys sizing each other up, beating each other back, and then someone is going to have the kill shot where it just sends somebody out where they can't get back in, and that's how it's going to get done.
The try at the back body drop by Abyss hurt him because Christian caught him with a kick. Then he's able to take Christian Cage over the top, and Cage lands. He lands on the apron, and yes, he told you about it as well as we did during the bullet points. The history that Christian Cage has in matches involving ladders, and he just used it right there, caught Abyss unaware, and then takes him down to the floor. Great running clothesline is the follow move.
What a shot right there by the champion as he just nailed him right there with the ladder, and then just uses his body weight and sends him over. That's what you got to do. You've got to get him on the outside, then find your way back in. Man, you know, talk about how Abyss can handle so much pain, but this is, like you mentioned, this is the type of a match that Christian loves. This is the type of thing where he can use his athleticism, so you wonder really who has the advantage in something like this.
The power edge, pretty evident here from the monster as Abyss just takes Christian and tossed him with ease over the safety rail. The challenger going to try and follow up on the advantage that he has. He's stalking the champ and got him up against the wall. Open hand shot, I believe, right into the chest. Christian going to try and fight.
Oh, what a shot! Christian slams his head into the wall.
Right here in the crowd at the Impact Zone at Sacrifice, the two combatants in the World Title match fight it out right into the wall with the challenger. Christian senses now that he has a momentary advantage. He tries to follow up, but just as soon as he catches him with one right hand, Abyss stops him with a knee.
Nice knee shot right there by the Monster Abyss. And, you know, it amazes me how well he can think on his feet when he's out there. He's just an incredible wrestler. You might not like him, you might not like James Mitchell, but you gotta respect what this guy will do. And this is his chance. You know, he's been I won't even call him a fake champion because we never even considered him one because he had possession of the belt. But this is his chance to really become a champion tonight. This is a chance for the Monster Abyss to change his life forever, where he can have that goal and be deserving. Oh, I was right there getting out of the way like me.
Trying to charge into the champ and try and squash him against that ladder. Christian Cage able to move out of the way, and now he's going to stack the ladder up in front of Abyss. Right hand, a couple of shots right into the top of the head. Ladder position in place. Here comes the champ.
Oh, man, right on top of him there. Just crushes him with that ladder.
And then take into account that the guy that just flung that ladder right in your face is 6 feet 8, 350 pounds. Was that Mitchell? Of course it was. Steel chair put into play by James Mitchell. And, you know, we talked about champion and challenger. We haven't talked too much once the match started about that X factor at ringside, and that's James Mitchell.
Well, I mean, we know that chairs are legal. We know that tables are legal. We know the ladders and chains. But when you have somebody helping you, pulling in there for you, it makes your job a lot easier if you're Abyss. It's a great advantage he has right there with Mitchell at ringside.
Series of reversals and counters, and then the float over by Christian. Followed with shots to the chest. And there goes Abyss into the corner. Oh!
I mean, crushed him.
Mitchell and Abyss, their game plan goes awry as they try to use the steel chair to weaken the champion. Instead, Abyss goes head and face first into the chair, and now we're going to see a first climbing attempt. Christian's got the ladder in place, title belt hanging above, and hangs in the balance, going to try and bring it down.
Looks like he did quite.
He's close, reaching out. He's got his hands touching it. But see, this is the position you put yourself in, Don, when you don't take that belt down. He will land on his feet amazingly, but then Abyss drops him with the big boot.
He had his eye out for Abyss. He knew he was coming. The problem he had right there was he didn't get the ladder lined up properly so he could just grab it. He was too far away from it by having to reach over. It gave Abyss enough time to come over there and bring him down.
That has to be a learning experience for both men, Don, if you think about it. Where exactly to position the ladder, especially when you see the championship belt swinging back and forth like it is above the ring. Yes, Christian Cage has a lot of experience in matches similar to this, but none of them inside this six-sided ring.
It gives you a different perception of where you are in the ring because it is a hexagon.
He's going to try and suplex Abyss over into the ladder, but no luck. Look out.
Look at him fight this off, though. He gets that leg up there to block it. Christian trying to keep from going into that ladder. Here he goes. Oh! And Abyss just sends him right over, right on top of it, and look at him right in the pain.
We talked about exploiting the size advantage, and here it is. Look at this power. Pure power is what it took right there. Christian charged at him. Abyss took him overhead, and a bad landing back first right into the ladder.
Great counter right there by Abyss, you've got to admit. I mean, he just set him up, and I mean, Christian is still writhing in the middle of the ring right there in pain, and you see Abyss going over, grabbing 2 tables and setting him up. You can see that Mitchell is guiding him. What he wants to do is somehow get Cage into those tables, and that'll give him the opportunity he needs to climb up and grab the belt.
Another advantage that the challenger Abyss has with Mitchell at ringside is it's that extra set of eyes. He can communicate in some way, and he's been that one individual that has been able to communicate with the Monster Abyss and let him know just exactly what kind of condition and shape that Christian Cage is in. We've often talked about the tunnel vision that Abyss has. We're seeing it on display here. He's got tables stacked up, 2 of them outside, side by side, now taking a 3rd table and sliding it into the ring.
And he obviously has a plan, and he's getting everything set up the way he wants. Christian Cage has got to get to his feet here. He's got to find a way to get the momentum back on his side because you can only go through so many tables. You can only take so many chair shots and keep going. It doesn't matter who you are.
Christian Cage slowly making his way to his feet. Abyss senses now that he's got him weakened and takes him up, going to try for a powerbomb through the table, but Christian Cage fights him off, right hands to the top of the head.
You can see he got himself turned around there so that, oh man, into the turnbuckle, he just fell like a stone. I mean, he hit with such force, he just fell back down. You can see the champion, you see referee behind there, the champion trying to get to his feet, but that one shot he took on the ladder hurt him.
Fired off directly into the corner turnbuckles by the challenger. Abyss takes the champ, Christian Cage. Gonna toss him right across the ladder and measure him and come across the ring. Christian able to move out of the way, and Abyss just crashed over the ladder.
Well, it was almost like Christian acted like he was hurt more than he was right there. Set himself up on that ladder, and Abyss fought. It's something I think James Mitchell's got to let Abyss know, hey, don't fall for that. Because now look at this, Christian taking that ladder and using it like a weapon the way he wants.
Shots with the ladder to Abyss, then rolls him over, positions him in place just the way he wants it.
Here he goes.
Christian Cage from the top.
Oh, man, he missed the frog splash, Mike, and creamed himself. Ow!
Wow, what a bad landing that was by Christian Cage. Frog splash attempt, and he went chest first right into the steel ladder.
Oh my gosh, it was a wicked shot. And now you heard the chain being rattled as Abyss pulls it out. Oh man, that is just, that one just knocked the wind out of you. You got to consider the pain. And
look out.
Oh, he moved out of the way. Man, that was a wicked shot he threw with that chain though.
Swinging the steel chain, Christian able to move out of the way and now drives Abyss right into the table. Gonna take him again, where's he gonna send him now? Apron, face first, and now the champ's got the chain. Christian Cage got the steel chain, and yes, it's legal, it's full Metal Mayhem. It's all legal, he's got it wrapped around his neck. How about this?
Payback right here. Look at this, and you see the champion pulling back on the neck right there of Abyss, and he's gotta feel good. This is his chance to get a little payback on the monster Abyss, and look at this. He's pulling him up, and you can see Mitchell trying to prod him with that cane hand.
Oh, God, we talked about...
Oh, what a shot! What a move by Abyss!
Never expected that, did you? I never saw that one coming either, and I'm sure Christian Cage did. Again, that 100-plus pound edge that he has, the strength and power advantage.
Look at this.
Oh, my God.
He got the leverage, and he just sent him flying,
and
man.
Did you notice, look at this, when he crashes into the table, he also crashes down into a steel chair, which was on top of the table.
What a shot right there. And this is a chance. This is what I talked about. You get the guy knocked out outside the ring, and you have a clear path to go up there and grab this belt.
But just what it looked like, there was retribution for Christian Cage from that sick hanging last one that locked down. He had the chain wrapped around the neck of Abyss, but Abyss has turned this baby in his favor, and he's close to the belt. He's got his fingers on it. Wait a minute. Christian's in the ring. There's a steel chair shot.
Just not enough right there for Abyss to get up there and get it. And now you see Christian going up there with him because he knows that belt is right there on Abyss's side. He's got to fight for everything he's got. Now he goes for it.
Champion and challenger fighting from the top of the ladder and just reaching up. Who's going to take down the belt and walk out of sacrifice?
Oh, go flying there. The rope stopped the ladder, and both of them somehow able to stay inside the ring.
Even look at the back of Christian as he crashed down on the apron. It was a bad landing. Did you see the way his legs, Don, made contact with the ring ropes? And you can see that he's favoring the knee. We saw the welt that marks across his back.
I want to see right here what you're talking about.
Watch the landing with the ring ropes.
Right, he got himself caught right inside the ropes. This gives Abyss a chance, and you can see right there, Mitchell had something, didn't he?
I'm guessing that's that bag.
Oh, he's got the bag.
It's the bag of tacks. We've seen this on more than one occasion. Mitchell in.
What's he telling him to do? Just go ahead and finish him off, throw him in the tacks, and he can just climb up and grab it.
And now he's got there they come. He's spreading them out inside the ring. Mitchell going to use his cane to spread them out even more. And you know that they're trying to turn the tack side up.
Oh, absolutely. The more that you can get to hit, the more damage it's going to do to Christian Cage. But they're taking too long. He's setting him up. He hits the unprettier right
would. Up, take down the belt, walk out of sacrifice with the title.
He's so close. Can Abyss stop him? He's got it. He's going to pull it down. And he is the champion.
And still, heavyweight champion of the world, Christian Cage.
What a night it's been, Don. What a night it's been here at Sacrifice.
I'll tell you one thing about the revenge that Christian was able to get. He got it on Mitchell, banged him to the end of those tags. He's still pulling tags out of his body. He went up, he could have pulled the belt down. But after he hit that unprettier little miss on that ladder, he wanted one more shot. He knew he had a free shot at the monster. He took it, he smashed him through.
We'll see you next month for Slammiversary. But don't